Hello, Hana. Bueno, Fuyuki Hana and Jacob. My name is Fuyuki Hana, virtual university student from Greenland. Yeah, so welcome to today. So we also continue with tales of Berseria. So also need to so we work with the shooting games between the players. So string so just the statue. So also so maybe also Greenlandic. So so also this week also related. So also related change. So we also related charm when need new game. So also it's just notice. So they also related with the free limit time to play. So also with the thinking. Also can after paying swing over and the tennis after so we can also so it's just so it should be like the last day or so it just maybe try so also when you so before the and the end so also now we get back to the so now we are not time we just stop in this video. So also need to when outside for so into finding the special file so in this forward so call bar for so even also time we just have look into the story and so also thing with the when about so also with the station so just every time or even with just off so suddenly so also short with so also with the skill so so that time we also the learning with the good the unusual skill
This recipe looks real
so also we just even got the new recipe so it's the chunky potato salad. Also the very simple so also it's the basil. So it's just that's it escape from your memory. So so we can also continue for for the expedition. So
Scout ship setting sail.
Also just going back in. So also we all the title. So also the so anyway I think maybe we just the chat it or so we cannot. And now we can so we also just getting some. So even we just see the cat crash so it's just about the board so so about when we just so also anything and we haven't with just all so we just seem going to the outside with the so this over and we need to a so with the left hand side so we also so we also so but also we just seem or even so we just seem
What's the Reaper's curse Maggie was talking about?
so but also with story.
Aizen's presence has the
so
power to bring misfortune to the people around him.
Is that some sort of special Moloch power or something?
It's worse than mere misfortune. At Vortigern, there was a sudden mass outbreak of demon blight, and many of his fellow crew died on his watch.
I find that a little hard to believe, honestly.
The Reaper's curse is all too real. It was the Reaper's curse that tore me from you and got me captured by Miss Magilu.
Oh, is that so?
I missed you so much. The hazy halcyon days when I would blow on your cheeks to make your tears dry up.
Hey,
Yeah, so now it's painful.
How I wish
Yeah,
I
so
could
just
return
like
to your
and
side once more.
Do
yeah,
you
so
want?
also yeah,
I
become
don't
with
care.
yeah, like
Really?
yeah, so
I won't stop
I
you.
know yeah, so
Maybe
it's
she wants
used
a
to
Moloch who
be
freely
painful.
divulges a young girl's
Yeah,
secrets.
so like
I'm fine, thank you very much.
yeah, so she also like
Already got Lofty set to look after as
yeah, like
it
the
is.
guy yeah, so so
Aw,
that's how
no fair! Is he the one who blows
yeah,
on
so
your
also
tears now when you
yeah, so
cry?
also like sometimes
He
we
most certainly does not.
like the
And as
short
of right
story
now,
yeah,
you're a
so
stranger
you
to
can
me.
also about like the so like the people painful bad too. Yeah, so Makino and yeah, so like the that time so how they like handle yeah, so even now yeah, so
Just
so
so we're
that
clear,
it's just like a push
Laffy said we'll do
pushing
no blowing on any cheese.
yeah, not be sad bad
Of
yeah,
course
so
not.
away from animal
I mean, not that it ever happened in the first place anyway.
yeah, so also
Just
yes,
forget it.
like the sadly people
Yet
they
another
also may
victim of the Reaper's
also
curse.
maybe do like the somehow like the sensible animal yeah, so she also yeah, so because of her history yeah, so even now yeah, so like just joining and yes yeah, so also with like yeah, so yeah, so also have a friendly type yeah, so yeah, so also and they like get to know about yeah, with her
Eleanor,
like
are
the
you
story
feeling all right?
Yes, for now at least.
I'm glad for that. But please remember, the Reaper's curse is no joke.
Is Isen's curse even real? I'm having trouble believing in it.
You never know. Talk like that might give you a stomachache, or a blister, or a bug might fly into your mouth.
A bug?
Miss Moggy-Lou, please stop making up things just to scare Madame Eleanor. Like when you said that 4 Navy warships tried to detain the Von Eltia and disappeared without a trace? Or that Eisen made a stopover on an island and the men there caught demon blight? Or that a man bumped into his shoulder and started laughing and died from suffocation?
Please stop. That's even more frightening.
That's a pack of lies. It was 7 warships. Everyone on the island, not just men, caught demon blight. And the guy who bumped into me died from hiccups.
Hold me.
But as far as the Corsair's Scourge goes, you don't need to worry. Just drink the Solitoma juice and you'll be fine.
Assuming they're in bloom.
Yeah, there is that.
I have a bad feeling about this.
they also like the another we are going to stop yeah, so even also with like the somehow with the, yeah, going like very also like the somehow it also with yeah, like the team yeah, so so but also maybe some like the thing with yeah, like the quite interesting yeah, so you can like the bring later yeah, I mean so now we also heading to the that we are also heading to as you also should be at the just going before and as you also like the go to the running any hours and just like the one so probably maybe or even just all so you see some people yeah that is or even at this Asbury so you also maybe like a habit or even it's just like a block yeah, so also like the holding exercise one so you don't now I don't know so I mean look so for that I'll like the oh yes here somewhere so on the one on the side yes so and so it's just going so it's not maybe this way so I also dash hand impede so like some bring the back to the like the right direction. So it just seems very I think maybe also second or even even maybe not also like a happy little so also little away from keyword. Okay, so back to now, back here now, or even so just also like find the way, so or even so just see the nine, so it also to be the right direction, so we also heading, or even
This
so
must be
just
the Warg Forest.
We need to
the
be
one
careful.
for
There may well be exorcists around.
it should be not the so even also like the so also need to be looking very so like the very so it also very is very like the one is just like the one so you cannot the same people so but even so they also like the so it's similar to the something so also like the so also like the or even this like the magical barrier so it just brought the way so it's also they made the so also like the using with the water so also can like the dealing with the so also like just open we just even the like the so airport so
This is a dual-layered barrier.
open it
It's the Abbey's new invention.
So it's two barriers working in
so
tandem then.
another story
Sure sounds like a hell of a lot of trouble just to stop people from coming in.
It really does.
also with or every air barrier so it also not easy but they can so with activate barrier then so with air barrier then you go past like the so just nearby and so so it just also like the somehow similar with the yeah, like the last time inside the underground, yeah, so there are some yeah, like the down to also like actually or even final, yeah, just open. Yeah, so we can also heading to the next. Yeah, so also like the just also yeah, like the getting something and I so like the
Tails again,
oh,
huh? That Reaper's curse of yours is consistent, if nothing else.
The curse even affects coin flips?
Seems that way.
A Moloch's powers affect physical objects and can, at times, even synchronize with their wavelengths.
And in your case, it's that coin?
Yeah. That's why it always comes up tails.
You must forgive my skepticism.
Whether you choose to believe it or not is really up to you.
It might be worth noting that coin is also Aizen's vessel.
So is that wavelength business the reason why Laphicet always has that compass around him?
That's part of it, but in another sense, it's a kind of proof of his manhood.
Proof of his manhood?
Must polish you so you don't rust.
That doesn't make any sense.
For a praetor, you really don't know that much about the world, do you?
or even yeah, so just he that yeah, so suddenly going with the yeah, like the officer, yeah, so so even also seen like yeah, like the yeah, so just mention yeah, so also it's just oh yeah, so yeah, so yeah, so even with yeah, I mean also with like the or let me maybe I can do yeah, so it's even see yeah, like the yeah, so it's just also the so the eye yeah, so so like the detail is also yeah, little bit so yeah, so driving also understand that it yeah, so maybe the eye yeah, so yeah, so their child yeah, didn't like the or maybe we was second yeah, so also another maybe the option yeah, so also with like the better or yeah, so yeah, so just going second yeah. Yeah, so yeah, so yeah, so even better so yeah, so also with like the eye yeah, so just maybe yeah, so thing with like the yeah, so yeah, so yeah, so or maybe even just yeah, so by hand side or yeah, every or even just OP yeah, so yeah, so better with yeah, so so also with so they yeah, like the virtual studio like the different yeah, or maybe just try again yeah, so see yeah, like the maybe it's maybe even yeah, like the angle is also different so it also so so just like ổ so better ổi so just seem so also speak now better so it like the I like the detail would be so right so also with like the looking like the so even is so also with like the so or I maybe it just seem like the and so any maybe just like the with the looking little bit okay so maybe understand maybe so I think I just simply with the like the pie so that so they also like the so so mình hỏi maybe I just sim so the another so like the eye so and also we just back to the inside so maybe we just hold it just about the way or maybe it's just hold simply like the so also like or so just simply like the I think like the so like the whatever is sometimes the just hiding somewhere so like so or even like the I mean look with the
Reaper's curse.
short story
Abby
there's
needs to know
people
about
hiding
this.
to the
I'll have to investigate further. A coin that always comes up tails. Can a Moloch's influence extend so far?
I see you're a woman of deep skepticism.
I know it's hard to believe, but Aizen's coin really does only come up tails.
Wait a minute. Are you using some sort of trick on it, Magilu?
Oh, your gaze falls on me then?
Well, I am a woman of deep skepticism.
And one who holds grudges too, apparently. But no, I don't have anything to do with it. In fact, I tried a little spell to make it come up heads, and it wouldn't take hold.
The coin's not gimmicked. There's no trick. See for yourself if you like.
This is the Demon Lord Daos.
Good eye. It's from Carl...
It's from Carlin! I've never seen an authentic specimen! It's incredibly ancient, and yet it looks freshly minted.
There's a reason for that. Gold is normally soft, but they found a way to
I know! They cover the surface of a softer metal with a heat-reactive shaped memory alloy! That's what makes it hard to scratch.
Right.
It's a technique no one alive can duplicate, and it makes any trickery impossible. I might just have to believe in this curse of yours after all.
I thought you said they had made the surface itself harder, not covered it with something else.
I think you're mistaken.
No, I swear you said...
Let's just leave it at that.
Okay.
Shape memory alloy. That's how they did it.
so like there's some story about with the coin so also like the so but also
So what does this solid
so also like the
flower
after
look like
green
exactly?
or even is
In a word,
so this time also like the
the flower itself is purple with
like
leaves
the
and
number of
stem of
story
maroon.
so you need to
Ugly flower.
so
All right, I'll keep an eye out.
so you can also have a look or even very good so just or like the top one so even with or like the have a also or even need to I think so to another location so you like the on find the switch that even find it so like the so even need the like the and yes, we just need to so make it yeah, we just like yes. So it like another portal yes. I will see when you like yeah, so that we can also just like there is just even yeah, we keep yeah, so finally yeah, so this time even yeah, so also like no one just like another story.
By the way, do you know what Solitoma means
So
in the
they also
language of flowers?
talk about with the special
Was
flower
it
so
Deceitful
that they need to
coexistence?
find
What's with that? Even its symbolism is awful.
Deceitful coexistence.
the perfect flower for us.
What's wrong, Luffy said?
Magilu is right, isn't she?
Could be. Eleanor is from the Abbey. I'm not sure that someone like that would ever genuinely want to make friends with us.
That's what I thought.
But it's not all quarrels between us. There's commonalities, I guess you could call it. We share common ground.
Deceitful coexistence doesn't trouble me at all. I'll always be here for you, Madam Eleanor. You and I shared an eternal vow that binds us together.
All I did was make a pact
yes,
to tether you.
yes, even yeah,
I'd
like
appreciate it if you didn't talk about it in a way that could create the wrong
so
impression.
like just screen yeah, so like
Madam Eleanor,
so like
you're
between
so
Eleanor
cold.
and
Try your eyes, Bienfu. You still have me, don't you?
Oh, Miss Magilu, you're the only one for me, honest.
yeah, so also
Good,
sometimes
good. Now think hard
Bring
on my
like
kindness
some
and do as you're
yeah.
told.
and
Yes,
yeah, so
ma'am. I'll just
yeah,
have
with-
to hang
between
in
the
there until
story,
I find a new love.
yeah, so also maybe
Luffy
yeah, lúc
said,
này yeah, so
think
Amber
about
is
deceitful coexistence
at the
this
map.
way.
Demon,
yeah,
exorcist,
so
Moloch, pirate,
Please, yeah.
witch.
he say
We're
like
never going to be a single
at the-
cohesive unit.
yeah, like the great
But
tree
each of us understands
So,
where the
like
others
the-
are coming from in a way that's very real.
So it's not really a
They also-
deception.
Yeah, not
so maybe
really.
also with like
I think
any,
selfish coexistence might
animal-
make the better fit.
So- that's fine yeah.
Maybe so.
After yeah, watching the story in yeah, so like now
These
even
purple leaves belong to a Solitoma. Be on the lookout for the ugly flowers.
yeah, so
Ugly purple
another
flowers. Got it.
okay, or even is in or like this or also yeah, so even is in like the color also with finding maybe but heading to the next part. So also like the end some like the raccoon so the scene and like the near the side where it also can be helped. Or even we just or like the jumping like the up yeah, so yeah, but even or this way yeah, so maybe or anyway yeah, so if we can also go back like another way so it's a bit in like a bit more very just like if or even yeah, so yeah, we will when yeah, quên phải dạ rồi xong rồi tìm phải dạ rồi dạ rồi the screen I read at the end and then also like any I don't find dạ rồi chơi also maybe it's that one dạ rồi 3 4 turn on it. Back to the somewhere. They're just getting something. Yes, they also find on. Even of any yes. Somewhere yes. Also maybe that's how the quick by yes. Yes, that's quick. Yes. Back to privacy. So yeah, just maybe trying to finding some other or even yeah, just finding yes. So also yeah, like the ender. Yeah, so also maybe even or yeah, there's like the even or even need pressing the con button. I always
Everyone attack!
I'm ready for this.
oh yes, they also related when and yes, or even yes, yes, also the either yes, have a chance to healing with all the and yes, yes, also lúc này và khởi nghiệp như vậy. They also see the different even if this time with not this side history. So the queen the one by one. Finally we just click. But still one yes, I don't. Yes, also and yes, also
How does this sword work?
Don't touch it. You'll hurt yourself.
yes, also
In other words, the rest of her is fair game.
yes, also là
Not unless you really want to get hurt.
the yes, so also new yes, yes, or even yes, just with the story yes, so they also so like the coming yes, so yes, so notพิเศษ also like the keyword yes, so by so very and to the yes, so you just seeพิเศษ just like the in between Markilo and Valve yes, so they just like so he how to yeah, so and also it mình we call the premise yeah, so we non-animal yeah, so animal material and that have so furthermore also under the event and restore with HP or any also cannot do by or to so any so can people but they can either do attack and yeah, so finally just so that they have a according to the expectation
Take a look
and
at
so also
this.
that the cannot summary there also is all any new island yes so this called Roaming Island
Scout
and so it's
ships.
just going so yeah, we can't go in by yes, so this one like the yeah, so also no the one way yeah, so also need also need hai thêm bè ở giúp the oh yeah, so we just on me yeah, so maybe this one we can anyway the file one yeah, so you can also next journey so like that and very seen or like the same very like just like the different yes however is find it like the way as well as like the 5 minute but I think it seems with like yeah like the ops I think yes that's like the however this way so this way maybe happen yeah also like there's some way or even yeah I know yeah that's me yeah so or even yeah this time we can or yeah so the one like I mean yeah so like the one way yeah so good yeah so I thought we just going maybe also need oh yeah so see any like with the with yeah so yeah turn it back yeah so or yeah so also just I mean so maybe yeah like the from water to the fire yeah so yeah so maybe that's how we only like the quick fire yeah so yeah so the head the next part yeah, so back to the another another return yeah so that we just come or even this way yeah so yeah so think that ring like that just if yeah so some way yeah so also or even we just but even you see like or yeah so we just like the yeah block yeah anyway yeah so we just like this way yeah so yeah so now turning yeah or even just going yeah like back to the yeah like yeah like just we just coming and maybe that's how or even yeah so that's how the yeah one yes so maybe also just carrying and we just find so it should be like the some okay yeah so also even once again yeah so whatever yeah just yeah like the getting or yeah so so also like the somehow I didn't that have maybe it should be yeah so also need or like the thing yeah so like the so also like the only and yeah so the next part yeah I mean Cantonese second or even in or way Cantonese yeah so it's just also yeah so yeah so yeah so also seen like very yeah need to be yeah so even happen but or by it or even maybe or even yeah so also it's the yeah so my like the we choose to do again yes yeah so also seen the little bit like the easy with like the confidence. So even maybe not face it like so maybe I just simply stop or like so even maybe even like they try to sim like some like the bit like the green so even like so even so it also like the very like the unexpected and so maybe I think so maybe even maybe like the next time also just just the same with and so like I don't know what happened with the so maybe also they try just really like the conflict so also with like also need so sorry about for Friday so it just all very like the better so even maybe didn't affect with the women or the string so it's also really also can make easily so also with just like have a coming so now also even we just like when just get a new thing so we just have it so think when maybe that's all so green with one direction so this so here so so again so turn it to the and so the fire and the water so need so heading to I mean or whatever is in so 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 and like the finding is like the white direction whatever is like the that we can so begin right another way so or maybe the white hand side so just have a note so also passing through with the forward so I think looking somewhere so any maybe just so 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 very so 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 let me just bring so bring the even so fighting so need to just bring I have some experience so bring even just Yeah, so also like the very like the big damage. Yeah, so even one or two, and we just bring it to
You won't get any pity or compassion from me.
yeah, so like the defeat all the monster and yeah, just do some experience. Yeah, so gọi là count size về cầu giả sử when we need or turn it back giả sử or even yeah we gọi là somewhere or even just yeah one the game giả sử and the boss rồi yeah so even yeah we just gọi là staying just sometime giả sử so okay I mean yeah when bị giả sử mấy cái nói là just all faster yeah so need to yeah so this time you just going with the sandwich so that's all hit on so the remaining they're all more giả sử yeah so also very
We're finished here. Let's go.
yeah, so we're getting some like the maybe and we just all like the the change even we can oh yeah so whatever yeah we can and yeah so whatever maybe even we just going the wall now isn't it so mình gọi là so had them phải yeah so whatever maybe also or that time we mail but just getting some maybe even need to that's also happy finding with another but that's why also maybe also is yeah that's how we just going at the direction but that's how we can also like the finding yes we just the heading every or even yeah we just went like a big circle yeah so also need to win yeah so I for the next part yes yeah so also even yeah we just win like the jumping or even you see even just win like the same yeah so also like the some way yeah so there's not some way yeah so also that thing to yeah, so for the next part yeah so and not about so like finding some or even I just or like yeah going with the yeah so also like not to yeah like hit anything but also just like finding some way or even so just all yeah like looking but yeah so also like we can't go like so that's maybe some way that time so that's all yeah so only like single way so it also seen I mean yeah I need to I think like going to the next part yeah so or even it's some yeah so that's way like this or having or even it's like yeah so also like the only but so I have just like yeah so also so like any or like the planning of Also, yeah, so by the way, we just find it. Yeah, so another way, yeah, so we just going, or even yeah, we just let it turn it. Yeah, so that's all. Or even can even or going by, yeah, so that's great. Yeah, so that's the way, yeah, we. Yeah, so. Yeah, so also really easy. Or yeah, so or even like when there's that's also like the nook. Or even it should be yeah, this way. Yeah, coming. Yeah, so we like yeah, we can't go in now. Yeah, so also no, yeah, so right and yeah, so yeah, so it's way. Yeah, so it should be this way. Yeah, so or even yeah, we just find yeah, so another like a track. So yeah, so but we just see with yeah, so it's yeah, so or even it's just all like some people. Yeah, so also like the soldier.
You
Yeah, so but
there!
also we need to
What do you think you're
be
doing
yeah,
here?
so they
We
also
could ask the same of you.
just like the same. I think it's just like it, or even very like very soon. Yeah, so we
Is
just
something going on back there? They didn't look like they were demon hunting.
also maybe
Are you making that move?
like the
No,
suddenly
it just did it by
yeah, so
itself.
moving like
He's
yeah,
in sync with his compass, just like Eisen and his coin.
maybe
Eisen,
also
you're an Earth
yeah,
Moloch,
there's something
right?
yeah, so
Do you sense anything around here?
and
No,
yeah,
I don't. It seems Laphicet's senses
Very,
are
yeah,
sharper
so-
than mine.
or finally yeah, so we
It
just all
stopped,
stop.
Something
Yes, it
still
also-
feels wrong.
Like there's something
Like what?
that something will
It kind of feels like when we got sealed inside that Earth pulse.
So a force
Very, yeah,
similar
they
to a
don't-
no-not's power.
not the way.
I'm
direction.
starting to think this may be no ordinary demon we're dealing
Yes,
with
you are.
here.
There's some yeah, so yeah, so or even we just all spends at a less than 10 seconds and also like interesting. Or even yes, we just all like it. So they also like the pin not and will like it making some little yeah, so or even we just see like it another way, yes. Yeah, so also like the nook very even this time also like the very or even maybe only to like the heading yeah, so need to we finding the street. Also very yeah, so we just heading yeah, so also like the and yes, like the another like the first treasure boy. Also that's how we get it like the nice one. So I going back to the yeah, so this time we got I think for the next part. She also had a very popular, also very cool fashion thing that she was having. Finally, 80 years. So even also we just find it, or even it should be like
Looks like a dead
years.
end up ahead. Laphicet, do you feel anything here?
No,
Also we seen
not right now.
it's some dead end years. So maybe also there's something happened. Even you see that's all like that. Or even yeah, we finally made it.
Look! Purple
So it's the
flowers!
purple flower.
Yep, Salatoma.
Is the demon the real reason the Abbey's closed off the forest?
Worry about it later. It's flower picking time.
Agreed.
What do you think, kiddo? I told you these things were hard on the eyes. I mean, who puts those colors together?
อยากจะเป็น
really
นักพิเศ
nasty
ษสนุก
looking.
อยาก
But
จะ
if they
also
help the others,
maybe
that's good enough for me.
offset with those flowers it was suddenly like a or even it's like a insect it's also like a
The demon we were warned about.
just coming out
Are you alright?
I'm okay.
So much for this demon being hard to find.
it's also lucky
The Reaper's
just
curse yet again?
We're just
got
getting
like a
started.
but yeah so just defend with the like a damage from animal or maybe it's just or like a it's
Another
just going
barrier.
down it's also like a
Even my praetor hearts can't break that. What's going on here? Why
also
go to
maybe
such lengths to
even
keep
maybe
this demon alive?
then expire so they also like a some barrier
We
like a
won't know
big
many flowers unless we beat up Mr. Bugglesworth here.
Right. Everyone, let's do this.
tại sao như thường getting some why when this one can name
This thing is so cool. I want to be a bug.
tại sao tôi
Fantasizing and help us get rid of
even tại sao this also with like I can name tại là the non thành số especially also with like the tại là chủ yếu số everything tại sao also là the quên với bên nhật thì just xin bên thứ tại là the vấn bảo anh nhật the habit the queen like the two later and Berseria also have time and that's also like I'm sure they have it or even what they will just do at like a friend so I don't maybe that time so okay good time to do like a one so or even that we just hope that we can do like a final now but yes also that need it and like two three yeah so yes one for the at the no age so yeah keep going even yeah come at the next one that's it wow even or yes I think even or didn't go yes I like something I at some item yet even we or like the we also like with the off person that's also in that or even what after everything that's all or even the screen that's all I want to that's all or even that's just very and that's also finally that is still yes that's really also happened and yeah so they also they open the skill yet when the skill reach level 3 I think just already so they just before that the APC but finally just getting very soon. And also maybe sometimes they will let it come by one end. By one. And so the courier also gaining some HP, but with some skill. It also plays này sẽ also with the thing after with the some skill. Anyway, so very close to the end of this match. So also just hit dealing with some damage. And so I'm also very good. Yeah, so also like dealing with Anya. So,
Phew! Insect collecting is a sweatier
yeah,
hobby
so
than
it's just
I thought.
even the inside just back to the normal. Yeah, so even also maybe so also so maybe just hope the old
Look! Can we keep him?
or even
No,
so like
hand
said
it over.
and
I'll
so it's
dispose
just
of
like
it.
they're going to let it by with and so like the paper is so even also
The Abbey had
That's
some
right, but-
reason for protecting
but
it.
maybe also
Maybe we should keep it alive for
so
observation.
feeling is from so yeah maybe so like some insect is so they are not harmful yet. So even maybe in the
You want it?
internal
You feel
side
it.
and yes,
I will!
even
I'll
so
take
just
care of him.
Anyway, now that we've got
if I
these
just
flowers,
allow
Eleanor and
into
my crew ought to be out of
keeping
danger.
as a
Hey!
so also
forgetting
sometimes
somebody?
giving
It
that
looks
so
like
some
we've closed the door on this little
so
episode.
the
That insect demon was a bit of
At
a
a-
surprise, but I
if
still
some
think this
insect
curse
so like
business is
as
overblown.
a so so but
I
also
can
maybe
count on one hand how many have survived more than
Could
3
be like-
years at my side.
not harm they are
If you're not careful, you might
That's it.
wind up as corpse number 50.
50?
some can
That's how many comrades I've lost.
so we also
Oh,
until with
I'm sorry.
probably yes one
Just saying, don't let your guard down.
Right.
Now that we've got what we need, we should get back to the ship.
or even you just almost same with almost 4 minutes. So also like with the baseball so or even maybe not the final but maybe so in turn maybe higher HP and so also with into so but we can running it finally just like made
I wonder what they call this kind of bug.
this time we
You're
are
way into that thing, aren't you?
going so just had back to the so also
Take a
another
look at
expansion
I knew this would be big.
so also
What
like
a treasure!
actually so is the portrait of free guardian so also look very like the like the okay so they also had a very cute so like a new skill and attack
Scout ship setting sail.
also at the final one so also just adding to the island just like that some way so for fighting back to Foil just on the Greenlandic.
Laffy said, "Can I ask you a bit of an awkward
sure.
question? What kind of demon would you say Velvet is?"
Well...
Oh, don't worry. I'm not trying to find a vulnerability or anything. I'm only asking out of curiosity.
It's not that I doubt you, Eleanor. I just don't know much about her myself.
You've fought against her, haven't you? She consumes her enemies with her left hand and claims their power. She's a demon like absolutely no other. Plunk just about any demon down in front of her, and I bet she could devour it in a single gulp.
Yeah, I'd say that's pretty much true. Sometimes demons that she doesn't entirely devour turn human again, but...
What? You've seen demons turn back into humans?
Is it that big of a deal?
Of course it is! Everyone knows that once you catch demon blight, that's it. There's no turning back. Although, I did see it happen with the High Priest Gideon. I wonder if there's some kind of connection.
Not that it matters if he turned back, demon or not, he's dead either way.
Whatever it is, it's of no concern to a pirate.
If I were you, I wouldn't worry about what's normal. If things were normal, we wouldn't have found each other.
You have a point.
Sorry I couldn't help, Eleanor.
No, you didn't do anything wrong. But I need to keep digging until I find out more about the kind of demon Velvet is.
Also, there's some story. So even also, the Wapao with the people that Velvet isn't. However, it's just all fun adding to this part, so there is all like it.
That bug! It
Yeah,
looks
there's-
pretty tough.
So you can only this.
I've been around the
That's also
long
another
time,
story.
but I've
That's
never
with
seen
the
anything like it.
bug.
It must be a new species.
That's also like the bee.
Incredible!
A new
So
species
that
is
yeah, now
usually
it's
named
now
after
it's
the
just
person who discovered it. The Laphicet rhinoceros beetle, then?
Rhinoceros beetle? Whoa now, that's a stag beetle if
Also,
I ever saw one.
like a bee.
No.
They
Those
also
things
like
may
the
look like
different
pincers, but they're actually
and, yeah.
horns. A three-horned beetle will cause quite a stir in the bug
Yeah, so
community.
also we so it's
I know
like a
pincers
hard
when
to
I see them, and
adding
those
on.
were some mighty pincers.
When it
The
when
Laphicet
it
stag
the
beetle
wow like
has a better ring to it, right?
What part of that sounds better?
The whole thing. Stag beetles are the strongest after all.
I can't let that go unchallenged. The rhinoceros is the king of beetledom.
Beetledom? More like beetle dumb.
That doesn't help your case at all.
Rokuro, Aizen.
or even so
I feel a
yeah, so like
dangerous
the
storm
pain
brewing.
some way.
The rhino is
Yeah,
a
so you also
one-trick
like the-
pony with its horn, but a
so
stag
the
can
turn
cut
look
its
like a
opponents
very-
in half.
like
Its
a
weapons
very-
can be used in any situation. The stag is a true
yes.
swordsman.
That's petty trickery. The only beetle with the raw muscle to decide its own fate is the rhino.
But they only live for a year. The stag can survive through the winter.
They live hard and die young. Is the beauty of such a life lost on you?
Why is it that boys get so excited when they talk about bugs?
Rhinoceros, stag, or butterfly. It's all no matter to me.
Yeah, so
They
yeah, so
all
even
look
also
like cockroaches.
yeah, with the girl, yeah, so
They're
they
totally different.
even yeah don't know what what they said.
So,
Yeah, so
what will you name it?
I think Rhino Stagros for now.
when the rhino started, yeah, so also yeah, so the right, yeah. Yeah, so sometimes yeah, so yeah, going like trying to yeah, giving some name, yeah, so also to make it like it also will be like a yeah with like a yeah, so especially maybe some of the anime like you yeah really yeah like a very yeah like a take yeah yeah
Salatoma flowers smell so
that's also
sweet.
another
Like
story
raspberries.
just all
Let me
like that
smell.
just going
Oh, they
Flower.
smell tasty.
Do they really taste that bad?
They lure you in with their scent, but once that flower hits your tongue, its flavor transforms into something dreadful.
Dreadful like how?
The petals melt into a liquid thousands of times stronger than mint, and the leaves and stem taste richer than the richest beef tongue. The two flavors clash and fizz on your tongue, and your whole body is racked with choking pain.
What?
Seriously?
That's what Ifrit told me anyway.
It's true. That's exactly what it's like.
You've tasted it before, haven't you? Is there any way around it?
You can squeeze it, boil it, mix it with honey, but nothing gets rid of the taste. Trying to mix it or sweeten it makes it even harder for some to swallow.
Have you taken yours?
No, I'll do it once I'm back on the ship with the pirates.
Wait, are you the type that puts off unpleasant tasks?
Not at all. I simply cannot be the first to drink it when others are still waiting for us to deliver their doses.
You do know that you'll have to drink double the dose after you start displaying the symptoms, right?
Are you certain?
Quit being so stubborn. It'd be better if you just got it over with.
And you've taken your dose?
No, I don't need to. Having a tethered Moloch drink it is enough to absorb its effects.
But to a Moloch, it tastes...
Yes, the cuter you are, the worse it tastes. It's good to be an exorcist, eh, Eleanor?
Do I have to drink it?
Of course not. I'll suffer through my own dose of Salatoma.
Oh, poo. How dull. Whew.
Yeah. So they also talk about it like the how bad taste. There the vessel file. So maybe also like they also out like really like good thing, but yeah, but also like is it? Yeah, so I think just thing with like that. Yeah, so like the skip like the also maybe like the same thing. Yeah, so also like opposite.
You
Oh,
think
so
there's
now-
any chance that wanted
This
Moloch would launch an attack here?
Like back to the
His target's
Let me
probably
tell us-
Loringen, but stay sharp just in case.
whatever you see
He might try to break
we
open
just
the bug
speak.
cage as a diversion.
that is impact again.
Wanted Moloch? Loringen?
Probably yeah need to
First that demon
Yeah,
Brex
like,
Helavis, and then Eleanor
that's
betrays
right.
us? We're never gonna catch a break.
Quit whining. Cleaning up messes is our job.
Wait, just hold it. I didn't know. Yeah, so
Looks
Right.
like our Abbey buddies are up to
Abbey.
something.
And the bug cage. That barrier, I assume?
If so, it won't be long before they find out we broke in.
so maybe
Then
yeah,
we should make our exit
maybe
while we
every
can.
home going very so also for again and everyone. That's all. That's all. Yeah, just how. Yeah, there is the way direction yet. So like the then yeah, so it's just going last time yeah, so also like the so even also the wrong direction and yeah, so eventually also it just made it. So maybe also you can need to make you yes also so happy. Yeah, so also like there's some way. Whatever is like there's with like the butterfly whatever is like the enemy. So also maybe yes. Yeah, so and yes. Yeah, so they also copy with like I think when yeah, so we also see that I don't
Hey, how goes it? Zavid!
What do you
Easy
mean, what's
there,
happening?
bro. I don't got time to
Wait,
spar today.
it's
Got a
Safi.
date lined up.
or even just
Artifact you've got
Suddenly
belongs
that
to
point.
Ifrit. Why do you have
yeah,
it?
so with the gun
Just just picked it up off the ground
or even how can it that
Don't
time
screw with me, tough guy.
so with like the
I
can
have
or
ways of making
or
you
is it
talk.
maybe
I wonder
That's
how
it.
much pain gets you to open up.
You're the one about to be
yes, sir.
tested.
or even
It's
maybe
not up to you how
so
this
that hay even
goes. If I want to
and-
talk, we'll talk. And if I want to fight, we'll fight.
so you also like very like fun technology or even just trying
What are you?
to even just like or even no so you just like
I'd play more, but I don't want to keep old Pointy Beard waiting.
so you just
We'll chat some more
Winning.
later with our fists. Wait!
Aizen, we need to get the flowers to everyone on the
You
ship.
can handle it.
or even so like
Let's
That
head
guy
back, like
also-
you said.
a very
All right.
so even like the so like with the like Aizen so it's just like the after seeing him so here like the facing it person so maybe also that China is just really like so some weird phải này vậy I didn't phải so thì like the need so what happened with
That
free
thing
so
Zavid was holding? What do you think that was?
From the sound of it, it seemed to belong to Ifried.
sorry
I've never seen any object or art quite like it. Maybe it's that relic Ifried brought back from a continent across the sea.
An art from another continent. Do you think Aizen will be alright?
That Moloch seemed to know what he was doing. I'd rather we just stayed out of his way, but
First the throne, and now here. What is Zavid after, anyway?
he was probably just making up that date business. But still, old pointy beard?
Just like Ifried. When I was talking with Benwick, he said Ifried had a pointy beard.
You don't say.
Then I bet Zavid is that wanted Moloch the Abbey's looking for.
Yeah. He must be aware they're after him. And then he baited Aizen into following him, using something that belonged to Ifried.
And I'm pretty sure Aizen knew that, but he went after him all the same. Ugh, this can only go well, I'm sure.
Is Aizen in trouble?
It doesn't matter either way, if his Corsair scourge goes untreated. For now, let's get back to the ship.
yes oh yeah some way before like the giving yes have it no yes why really just for like some track like I think somewhere and I think something also like also like
Look! A frog!
It's
Like a
unusual
fire.
to see one this close to the sea.
Hey, I thought of a poem!
just
Day at
Yes,
Port
sir.
Renede. A frog jumps
having-
into the void. The sound of the sea.
Magilu?
What was that? Just a little poem that popped into my head. My
Wait a minute.
inspiration came from pondering the terror
Oh,
a
yeah,
frog
so-
would feel if
so
it
there's like
unwittingly
a-
leapt into the
just
salty
like the
ocean.
ending
That's...
I don't get it at all.
yes you
I got another one! Skinny little frog, Muggy-Loo is on your side. Do not give up hope.
I guess that one is about...
yes you
rooting for
or
a
even
frog?
yes you now we
That's right.
have said
I once bet. What do you think? Poetic, isn't it?
I think you have a gambling problem.
So... Did this skinny frog win?
Nope. I lost my entire bet.
I think we can call that poetic justice.
yes we also like that that's also back to the oh yes sir yeah we still like the something that's Green Street as well. Or even just win by as well.
We've brought back your
And-
Solitomas.
As well
Drink up.
You've saved us!
Berseria even just all the special part.
Where's the first mate?
We bumped into some wannabe tough guy Moloch, and he just took off after him.
What? That must have been Zavid! Why didn't you guys follow him?
And leave you all with the Corsair Scourge?
Yes! Aizen's the one in danger here.
Is it because the Abbey is after Zavid?
So you even knew about it? I heard the details from a merchant who deals with the Abbey. Some big-shot exorcist named Melchior has set up a trap for Zavid and Loringen. If Aizen gets caught up in that, he might not make it out alive.
So now there's Melchior to worry about.
Why is Lord Melchior assuming direct command to capture Zavid? Wait, that's not important. What matters is I can turn Laffy's head over to him and finally return to the Abbey.
Melchior is a legate. A powerful enemy, trap or no.
Ugh, you guys are useless! Well, fine. If you're not going to go help him, we will.
What makes you think you're capable of being any help?
Would you let an ally get slaughtered just because you were scared?
What?
We want to save him. Maybe we'll lose. It still won't stop us. We are the ones who decide our fates. Only us. That's just the creed of Ifrid's pirates.
You're a real hothead, you know that? Nobody said anything about not helping Aizen.
Huh?
You all stay here, take your medicine like good little boys, and be ready to welcome back your first mate and captain.
The captain?
Why else would Aizen knowingly barge into a trap, if not to save Ifrid?
Of course! Leave the ship and crew to me.
Here, this one's for you.
Those pirates haven't a lick of sense in them.
They don't let reason dictate who they protect.
If you say so, Demon.
Even there's so any
Now, about
Yes,
where
he also-
Aizen's headed.
Those
Yeah,
exorcists were
patient.
talking about some place called Loringen.
Yes, it's a
Yeah,
tower
so
in
also
the
maybe
northern
just-
part
yeah,
of
like it-
Westgand where the
in-
exorcists train.
Lines up with what Benwick told us.
Yeah, the white
That
way,
must be
yes.
the place.
So also maybe
There
Me
must
too.
be a lot of
yeah.
exorcists. Hang in
yeah,
there,
so
Aizen.
not the
That'll
person.
take more than basic exorcists to do him in.
We ought to
Yeah,
pity
so
the
also is
poor exorcists who meet the
maybe again
Reaper.
nothing.
Right.
There's
Let's work together and find him.
right one. Yeah, so or trap or even need back to the country. People even also at the need to break it. So second Okay, yes, back to him now. Yes, yes, so until to by yes, so for the Eisen, or even yes, or even yes, so we also yes, so again, yes, also had the missing Eisen, so also yes, so or even maybe that or like yes, so maybe even yeah, yes, in inside and yes.
Solitoma is as awful as I remember. I'd hoped I'd never have to drink it again.
Are you alright, Eleanor?
Is this your second experience with the Corsair Scourge?
No, I had it for a different reason. In the Abbey, it's tradition for initiates to drink Solitoma as part of their welcoming festivities.
Sounds like hazing to me.
When everyone shares the same experience, drinking something so shockingly revolting, our bonds are strengthened. It's a good thing.
If you say so.
I really did believe I'd never have to taste it again. To be blunt, I hate it.
You're lucky you think it tastes so terrible. That means you also know what tastes good. Right, Velvet?
What does that mean?
Velvet can't taste anything aside from blood.
What? Is that because she's a demon?
I'm aware of one other flavor. Mogulu, here's your dose of Solitoma.
No!
Get back here!
Don't! Keep that salad away from me!
Yes.
I see.
Even yes, so
The sweet
yeah,
taste
so this
of
time
another
so we yeah,
suffering.
Marco yeah, so just good taste here. Also maybe the chance they will everyone just need taste with the bad taste yeah, so like so also the when yeah, so when people so like
Hello there. You're headed to Loringen Tower too? Just a bit ago, a brawny, silver-haired man asked me how to get there.
Did he say why he was going there?
Something about meeting some friends of his. Exorcists use that tower to train, right? If he has exorcist friends, then maybe he's one too. But he seemed a bit rough and tumble to be an exorcist. I can't imagine a man like him.
Did he say anything else?
He said someone else might stop by and ask about the tower, and told me to tell him if they do. Did he mean you?
No clue.
So he was planning on us following him. What's he scheming?
You mean Zavid? Or the Abbey?
Both.
so yeah, knowing about it like something yes. Yeah, so I think always still had
Why does
stories.
it seem like everyone around me is completely
Yeah, so also
mad?
that
Yeah, continuing to fight when
Also
you
have
know
a
you
look in.
lose just is insane.
yeah, so
Would you
about
stand around and watch your comrade die just because you're scared?
I wouldn't want to, but getting myself killed wouldn't save anyone either.
Yes, it would be illogical to fight.
Is being illogical really that bad?
Well,
At the Empyrean's throne, I remember Velvet standing, despite the horrible pain she felt. Rokuro is training with all his heart in order to defeat his brother Shigure. And Kurogane used up his own head to forge a powerful blade.
none of that is very logical.
Yeah, I don't know quite how to put it, but I think it's all amazing.
Aren't you forgetting someone?
Magilu is traveling with us, even though she doesn't care. And that...
Yes, go on.
I don't really understand what that's about.
Miss Mogilu, hang in there!
interesting in some sense, I suppose.
Even also like I mean that's also some with I mean
Loringen Tower lies beyond the Bernac Plateau.
Blah! If you're gonna set up an obvious trap, couldn't it at least be someplace more convenient?
some way maybe or the oh. Yeah, so that's why maybe yeah, so also why when also is one là đẹp là sao maybe is I want maybe is like a big one we also so like maybe yes we also so I did not have I said it yes wait oh I just hold give me it so that not only I was at a single this week finally as you just had it yet yes sir also without any yes you also with some people
What's wrong, Laphicet?
I was just wondering why Eisen and Zavid can't work together to find Eifried.
All men their age care about is their reputation, their street cred. Such a hassle.
Oh, really?
Well, I can't fully deny it.
The same could be said of women, and of everyone, really. It's hard to work alongside someone unless you strive to understand their thoughts and feelings.
And if you can't?
Well,
It's like Zavid said. You start talking with your fists instead.
Sounds harder than I thought.
some story yes so about Harvey and Isaac even yet when later oh yes yes you also oh wait for testing or maybe go here the point so by the way chạy giả sử cho ý là the direction giả sử so also I think also just simply I put it like coast so also so can also detect like the causes. So maybe also like the no, there are some like the barriers. So we need how with like the so that like the proofing. So also like the like just read direction. So it's just all like it. So also just going to getting to. Yes, you also finally find it. Eisen.
Did you get the medicine to the ship's crew?
Yeah.
Good. My thanks to you.
These soldiers won't
Yes,
be
even
happy in the
yes,
morning.
that's just
They're
yes.
alive. Is this your work?
No, they were
Can-
like this when I got here.
Oh, done.
It must have been Zavid.
He didn't kill
Oh,
a
yeah,
single one. Interesting.
Sorry.
The Abbey is going to great lengths to arrest him.
Yes, you also maybe.
Even so,
Yeah, so not
he
like
clearly
maybe.
knows he's walking into
Yeah,
a
so-
trap. What I don't
Yeah,
get is why he
some like
roped me into all of this.
So maybe also.
If he didn't want my help, then what
Him,
need
yes,
did he have to
someday.
play the Ifreed card on me?
If you knew this was a trap, why did you come?
To see for myself. When I met Ifreed, I was wallowing in despair that I would ever find a way to break the Reaper's curse. Stop denying reality, he told me. If you were really born with that curse, then it's a part of you. But if the Reaper learns to grasp the wheel of his life, even he may find his creed, his path through stormy waters. And so, I joined him aboard the Von Eltia.
A creed of life.
Let's say someone's murdered the captain. If it came as the result of him living life on his terms, I could accept that. But if anyone, and I mean anyone,
Even
tries to crush his way of life, I could never forgive them.
Yes, you also. Oh,
Who's there?
It's rude to eavesdrop.
If you got secrets, talk about them at home.
Zavid, isn't there any way you and Eisen can work together somehow?
Not if he's going to keep acting like this.
Well, that's how it is.
What was the point of all that posturing? He could have just stayed hidden. Weirdo.
Can't disagree there.
we even need to find it. Yeah, so heading to Town. I will. Yeah, so we need to finding it. Need to. Just even. Yes, so. Yeah, so. And yeah, so that's why. Yeah, going to with the story.
Tower is a training ground for exorcists, right?
Yes, it's a great edifice built on ancient ruins.
Laphicet, did you ever go there when you were tethered to Teresa?
I don't really remember the beginning of my service to Teresa.
I see.
What sort of training do they do there?
Exorcists are tested and assigned Malachim equivalent to their aptitude with mana. It's also where they practice Malach arts and study our laws.
So the lower ranks use it as a sparring ground in order to train up to the higher ranks?
No, an exorcist's affinity to mana is not something that strengthens through training. We are given Malachim based on our inborn ability, then learn arts to suit that ability.
So, an orderly is an orderly for life then?
Correct.
There'd be no spirit of competition then. Don't they want to get stronger, to advance through the ranks?
There'd be no purpose to advancement. Rank signifies nothing more than the type and number of Malachim one can tether. People join the Abbey for only two reasons: to protect people from demons, and to save the world.
Are all of you that dedicated to asceticism?
How sickeningly noble of you.
I wonder if your wills are suppressed just like those of the Malachim you use.
Deviants like you could never possibly understand our motives. In any case, that is who awaits you at Loringen Tower.
So we're in for a rough welcome. I say bring it on.
so also like another one still like so there try maybe a different story so
I can't wrap
even
my
yeah, so
head around
screen.
Zavid.
We witnessed his unwillingness to kill before, but it seems he's quite
Yeah,
serious
so sometimes
about it.
also
Maybe that's why I don't
Yeah,
feel
good
scared
thing.
of him.
Some
Even when
soft
he
story
and
and
Aizen
yes,
were about to fight,
and also
I
really
didn't feel
go
tense
about
at all.
so how
Perhaps
about
that's just because you've
yeah,
been
some
around
background
Velvet a
and
bit
not
too long, kiddo.
even yeah,
Next
so
to her, few people are
relation
frightening.
yeah, between
Do you
different
think
characters.
so?
Don't ask me.
He doesn't come across as vicious. I think that's why you're not scared.
Because he's just a brawler?
Maybe he's just naive.
Okay, so he's just a naive brawler. He's still involved with Ifrid's disappearance, and he's also taking on the Abbey. I just don't get him.
Me neither.
Uh-huh.
I agree, but I don't understand any of you either.
Yeah, so we'll talk about with the border. Yeah, so I think yeah, so yeah, yeah, so Safi. So that's all. Talking about yeah, so or maybe it's just like yeah, so maybe also probably maybe not that like a really bad person, but also maybe sometime with like some history yes,
I don't get it.
that
Get what?
Why did Ifrid let Aizen join his ship,
occurs to
knowing he carried the Reaper's curse with him? What good did it do?
everyone.
I just don't see the reason behind it.
Well, if it were me who had that curse, it would mean that you and Velvet could die because of it, right?
Yeah, I suppose so.
If that's the case, then I'd feel like I'd both want to and not want to be close to you two. And I'd probably really, really hate myself for it.
Do you suppose that's how Aizen feels? But Ifrid still took him in. He agreed they'd put up with the curse together.
It's all a bit hard to fathom.
Well, if one thing's for certain, it sounds like Ifrid's a very strong man. At least for a base, lawless pirate.
Some stories. Oh yeah, so anyway, yeah, so I think whatever you seen or like
Aizen?
yeah,
Can
so
I
like
ask you
many
about that
history.
thing Zavid had?
Yeah, so
It's a
even
lot
seen
that
like the
I've
one
read
with
in
like
it. I've read much of the Abbey's
yeah, so
archives and weaponry, but I've never seen anything like it.
He found it when we crossed to the far continent. It's a relic from a long-vanished civilization. He's like me and can't resist a good treasure. But of everything we found, that one was his most prized.
and we like
What is it?
so like
I can't say.
another
It seems
story
like
and
a weapon.
so
But
like the
Ifrit
wow
wouldn't let anyone
like
touch
the
it.
journey.
He went off and tested it on his own. Then came back
Yeah,
all
so he also
proud,
had
saying
just
he had an
maybe
ace up his sleeve the next
yeah,
time
like
we
the
got into a
Audi.
fight.
Sorry,
Then
and
it's definitely
so we can
some
also
sort
have
of
the
ancient combat
wait look
device.
yes
But why is Zavid looking for Ifrid?
like the
To
yeah, talking
apologize for
about with
stealing it?
Safi. So,
He doesn't seem
so
like
this
that
guy
much
also
of a gentleman.
so not
Did he
very
really
special.
steal it?
What do you mean?
It's just
Mine
my
too.
feeling,
That's it.
but Zavid doesn't seem like the type of Moloch to steal something so precious.
He said he just picked it up. Perhaps he's trying to return it.
Perhaps.
Yeah, and also just here he is. Why would we? So yeah, so even this. Even with that the piece is over. So also like the heading. Very annoying. Very handsome. So it's probably not this way, but I don't know. That's all. So happy. Or even like just or even like the past with the one. So even didn't like the and yeah, so it's just like a good thing, yeah. So maybe also sometimes some like
Going on guard.
Yeah, so
They're really not bothering to
and
hide
like
this trap.
watching
They probably knew we'd sense it.
cái này
The question now
avoid with
is
the
just what they're planning to spring on
direction.
us.
Also if that the castle is very high. So also make so we can also directly over here. So we are going to the at the end. So that point. Oh no, yeah, we just even or with the so 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 also so là đều quen with like the different so also with like the another so so this time also with the like the goal so so also like the very interesting is even like the
when and how
getting
did Ifree disappear exactly? And
Maybe
how
also
did
we
you two
can-
meet in the first place?
like the cash treasure.
You know, you ask an awful lot of questions about us.
What? I don't mean to pry, really. Perhaps it's a habit I picked up from my work. Drat. It seems I've been digging too hard.
No matter. Ifree vanished about a year ago. He agreed to fight a duel against someone, and secretly left to meet his opponent. Once we figured out what was happening, we rushed to the scene. But all we found was the aftermath of a fight, and a pendulum.
Was Zavid his opponent?
Given his choice of weapon and his ability to fight, I'd say it's likely.
What I don't get is why Ifree would end up captured and imprisoned by the Abbey after a fight with a stray Moloch.
The Abbey had him prisoner?
On their island. Until an exorcist named Melchior took him away, that is.
What? Lord Melchior did?
The Abbey would have captured Ifree about a year ago. Surely it must have caused quite a stir.
I was simply patrolling. I wasn't involved in any such operations. Oh, but I do remember that we suffered a great number of casualties around that time. I never heard why, and when I went to investigate, I found no records of any major deployment. And then I was ordered to cease any such investigation by Lord Melchior.
That's fishy.
He wanted to hide something, clearly. And I think I'm starting to get a picture of what it was.
And it involves the Abbey?
So also like the so about with the story. So also with the outbreak. So also that's probably so captured. Or even it's just all like find so going inside with the at the phone. Oh yeah, so I will just
So, this is Von Ifree.
so also at the big at the so
Eisen, it's good to see you again.
or even
So
so
you're
this
alive. You could have sent a letter.
outbreak. So also like the look
When have you ever written a letter
yes,
to
sir.
another man?
so like the bear hat. So
True. Aside
Yes,
from my
even-
little brother, not even once.
Your
I think it's
brother?
like the
Ah,
bear.
yes.
So
You told me that.
and then so her
Eisen, why?
just all it
I've got no brother.
or is so even not the
Enough of your tricks!
okay. Like the new character. Yes.
Thanks for luring him out.
So
I
probably
owe you
maybe
one.
like so Safi. So just come.
Zavid.
So
Come on out, yo.
also like the probably like when very very
Lord Melchior.
or
Breaking through my double
like
illusion.
the
Impressive.
happy.
I make it a
That's
point not to
coming.
fall for the same tricks twice.
I shouldn't have let you get away last time. I won't make that mistake again.
So just so Malcolm, before last time. So before the teleport,
Why am I here?
the old one, so
that is its power.
the old man, so I need to getting fire, so waving, and also just make running with the monster, releasing her.
He turned her into a demon.
Darling.
What? This can't be happening.
Even more than even just so maybe also need thing
A chain reaction. Your Reaper's curse is
that
quite the dreadful fiction, isn't it?
So also maybe that's not odd.
Don't you run away!
Or even just savvy just so anyway, yes, also need dealing with the
Why would an exorcist create a demon?
Hey, worry about that later. We've got damn dragons to take care of.
at a non-time journey. Why don't you even need at a one year so just like so because it's just like normal and so just like a period like so anyway that need dealing with various so also just bring even or bring with the one so then coming from by one so I think or even maybe just simply bring so for the one we just bring anyway so just even this one so with the middle so but sometimes maybe that's really so we need from by one so they also with like tend to feeling so like a big damage so maybe I we just going even see already also gaining some HP or even maybe we just try to dealing with from the back so maybe we won't pin dealing with damage right so also we see so I think maybe just secret to other advantage thing so dealing with some issue so also we just so or even just by do it so just corner and so anyway we just bring every scene so also just trying to sound trick so campaign damage so also just bring another one so doing or even so we need the endpoint so there's some China so I think can bring so bring with so so maybe also just bring with the Richmond with the 4 HP damage so just actually also very soon. They also one by yeah, but even since yeah, so they just let it gather into so just let it do. So we also back to Cyber and even this one so very soon so let it. So first one to not die so knock out and then we just let it one by one so very soon. So they also with like the string with the thumb skill, yeah, so they are using so like the last one, yeah, so also very nice. Very yeah, final yeah, we just stick it all once yeah. Dragon
Looks like you got
or even just
yeah,
so like the after and after just like the kidnapping now kill. So they also even like a combination. Yeah, so even it's like a something with like a
I'll take care of
story.
the last one.
But even need to just or like a keep then. Yeah, so like Sabi. Yeah, so it's just something. I mean, yeah, so it's just story. Yeah, so with those. Even or like the funny once again. Yeah, so also maybe like it. Yeah, so also probably maybe having some like and yeah, so not too getting it. Yeah, so nothing.
Is that your creed?
Nice.
Marvelous. Your Siegfried is just the power I've been looking for.
Also like that. Also. Or even it's just awesome. Very odd. Now he just awesome.
My work here is done.
Yeah, so it's suddenly being released.
Wait, damn you!
Yeah, so it's
Follow them.
yeah, so you also like a little. So maybe also happy and coming with mild kill with some item and experience like the aim and randomly like Darcy. Even yeah, so you can kill any so that's like a random yeah, so this land also like a family there's
Where the hell did they go? Find them.
yeah, so it's like maybe some like special item yeah, so I need need to be following to those people. Need to win by yourself. Or even or yeah, we just even some new that unknown. Yeah, so it's just like that. Okay, with some pay. Yeah, so win back to it. So that's like even whatever is just like it the item yeah, get it. Yeah, so by any way we just need win yeah, so win the castle yeah, so anything I think just body yeah, so that's awesome. Different and yes, just like a fishing.
Damn, you sure got some speedy legs for an old fart.
I'm glad to see you're okay, Zavid.
It's not me that I'm worried about.
Melchior was highly interested in your weapon. And yet he didn't steal it. Surely a legate like him could snatch it if he wanted to.
Why bother stealing it when you can just copy its hidden formula? Some arts can decipher the workings of other arts in a split second. And guess what Melchior's specialty is?
As he left, he said, "My work here is done."
The Abbey must have some use for that unknown art. Who knows what? After all, they brought it here from another continent.
And we'll find out what they're after and crush it to dust.
Let me ask you just one question. Why do you have Siegfried?
I'm counting on you, he said. Back when I served the Exorcists, they sent me on a mission to capture Ifrid.
Zavid, you were once their slave?
Yeah. My mind was under the influence of Inominat's domain. But when Ifrid aimed this baby at me, one shot was all it took to open my eyes. The fight we had after that was one for the books. He might have been a human, but that guy was a beast. Put a song in my soul. But then Melchior had to jump in and spirit Ifrid away with one of his damned illusions. That old bastard. Playing tricks with people's minds.
But why'd he grab Ifrid and not Siegfried when he had the chance?
He probably didn't know at the time that this guy was the real prize he was after. But Ifrid knew. Right before he was taken, he distracted Melchior long enough to hand Siegfried over to me. Well, that's all I know. Whether you believe me or not is up to you.
Got it. We're done here.
Huh? That was easy.
Ifrid only says I'm counting on you to people he trusts.
Is that so?
So, what are you gonna do now?
Gotta keep looking for Ifrid. Still gotta give this back and settle our score.
I doubt you have much time left to get that done.
I'd hazard a guess that until now, Melchior was unaware what Siegfried could really do. In other words, he and the Exorcists weren't able to interrogate anything out of their captive.
And now that Ifrid's no longer needed, I see no reason for them to keep him alive.
You think I don't know that?
If you really want to save Ifrid, you probably ought to team up with us.
Nope. No can do.
Why not?
You lot will do anything to achieve your goals. Even kill. Sorry, I'm a fighter, not a killer. I won't steal a single life. That's just my creed.
And I've got no intention of changing our pirate creed either.
Aizen and Zavid have their own creeds. They both have such strong principles, even though they're so different.
Just like humans.
Even Yasu just all like that. I think yes. Yasu this time also need to getting back to the. Oh Yasu just. Why when you see all like that? The PG also just change. So even also. The very. Yasu I mean also we just have a looking Yasu.
Well, that was sure something.
The story.
Melchior and his illusions are cheats.
There's no cheating in combat.
What I meant is that they were awfully dirty tricks for an upstanding exorcist.
And the illusion seemed so real. Had that gone on any longer, I wouldn't have been able to tell what was real and what was fake.
If it can't be distinguished from reality, perhaps one could live a happier life within the illusion.
That sort of happiness can rot.
You think so?
But by using illusions, you can defeat an opponent without causing them any physical harm.
Oh, how humane. Wow, the Abbey is so great.
Lord Melchior is an exemplary man who has served Lord Artorias since before the Abbey's founding. He's done everything from logistical planning to defense strategy and even political negotiations. He shows the utmost concern, even for his opponents, so...
He turned a friendly Moloch into a dragon.
That was...
Physical wounds can heal. Emotional wounds never fully fade.
Yeah, but...
Don't lose heart, Eleanor. Foul play is foul play, but you're talking to a demon and a witch. Who can judge?
I appreciate that you're trying to console me, but as an exorcist, I cannot accept this.
Also, there's yeah, so like some story with Alfred.
Take a look at this.
Sorry, yes.
This recipe looks real
Also, even though it's practice, so even with like fresh squid normally, so also like the thing, yeah. Any
Scout ship set.
with the queen, yeah, so again, very nice, yes, that's good. That's awesome. I think maybe even we just all yeah, so like the one way so happen past but yeah, so I think maybe that's why it's like so another way. So like another part of so yes, so
I thought I smelled someone pondering. What's on your mind, Laphicet?
I know Siegfried comes from another continent and all, but do you know anything else about it, Rokuro?
Nope, can't say I do. All I care about are swords. That contraption doesn't interest me much.
I suppose that makes sense. But it looked real powerful.
Just guessing based on how we saw Zavid use it, I'd say it amplifies his power somehow.
An amplifier. It's true that he seemed to get stronger when he fired it at himself.
Yeah, and it gave that dying legendary wyvern enough strength to escape.
But wasn't it also what he used to dispel Melchior's illusions back there?
That was also amplification. The Malakim are the source of his arts. The relic pushed them past their limits and... kablooey!
Suffice it to say, it can be used both offensively and defensively. It must be very hard to master.
More important is what the Abbey plans to do with it. Not that I really care.
yes, which also person. Or even yeah, so they also like another story that yeah, like the yellow hair with the umbrella. So even it's all like a big, or even maybe even it's just all like, yeah, so another. Yeah, so also maybe really like yeah, so yeah, so the
Laffy said, may I ask you something?
What is it?
The girl with the
Yeah, sorry.
umbrella from Lord Melchior's illusion. What is her connection to Aizen? I don't think he'd answer if I asked him myself.
I don't know. I was wondering about her as well. She was
Okay.
pretty, wasn't she?
lúc đó so
Oh,
yeah, didn't
so you like a girl who's cute,
yeah,
but
like
with a
the
bit
lúc
of
đó vào vậy so
sophistication.
yeah, so yeah,
I thought
That
his
is-
type was more like
yeah, so
What's going on?
We were discussing a delicate topic. Laphicet's first crush, if you must know.
Oh,
No, we weren't. We were just talking about the umbrella girl from the illusion.
the umbrella girl. That illusion made Aizen hesitate. She must be really important to him.
Indeed. It must be a deep, naughty relationship.
Come on now.
Like a wife he wants to leave but he can never let go. Or a lover from whom he can't move on.
No, that's too wild, and she's too young.
Yeah, it's not that. What's more likely for a self-serving pirate is a daughter from a woman who only knows him by a fake name, perhaps one whom he cast aside, or who cast him aside!
And maybe she was somebody he couldn't marry for some reason. But when she died, he raised her daughter for her.
He had been friends with her since they were children. But they only realized their true feelings after they had been married to someone else.
Is this their idea of romance? In any case, beware of girls, Laphicet.
Right.
even yeah, like the yeah, not could just tell like said to yeah, so not yeah, like the beware of like the so, yeah, so I think it's also like the last time just even yeah, so like the some like the sorry yeah, so also maybe like the just about like the yeah, so also can be like really yeah, like the hard to understand yeah, so that like a habit yeah, some like a story yeah, so yeah, back to the yeah, so there's K yeah, so we just ask yeah, coming it seems like even it should be like the weapon yet, just not like really yet. Okay, I mean maybe. Also like the green here. Whenever it seems it looks like a very rich yes, just green very fast yes. So anyway, just on the past just like that give yes. As even also back to the so let's yes. So it's just like a part. So maybe also sometimes we just maybe we yes also yeah also can like a master it and so maybe also yeah this can also with like a yeah like a some way yeah so going back with yeah like a big thing account it like a some yeah with the RP yeah there's so maybe also technique getting some like experience and also like some story. As anyway, that's all back to the that's all the really and also all this time like the little like the
Now what are we gonna do?
What's wrong?
This dog came up with a book in its mouth. Here,
so
take a look.
the children yes
It looks pretty old.
that's
I've never
also like a
seen this
very
kind of
young
writing
age yes
before.
It's not ancient Avarost, that's for sure.
so yeah
Part
with
of it
the
looks like a
9%
chronology, so maybe it's a history
and
book?
yes
If I were to guess, I'd say they're Meliodosian characters,
Yeah,
which would
like a-
peg it at about 2,000
Oh, yes,
years
sir.
old. It's more recent than Avarost, but the writing has fallen completely out of use.
All kinds of notes are written throughout the book, too. Someone must have been studying it.
If it's research material, that might make it Videl's book.
Videl? Who's that?
He's a weird kid who's way into studying history. He lives at the inn.
Could you maybe deliver the book to him for us? We were told not to get too close to him, so...
Yeah, sure, I guess.
true. There's also like the another that's true. Or even maybe yeah like the last time we just maybe every year we can yeah so also seen like the yeah like the extra yeah so yeah so by then maybe we can maybe yeah like the
My book! Where could I have left it?
also was
Are you Videl? Is this yours?
My book!
yeah so
That book is
even
super
yeah so this
important to me.
also
Thank you.
I
yeah so
know
also
you said.
yeah so yeah so
I hope you don't mind
not
that
too
we flipped through some
I
of
think
it. Can you actually read
yeah so
Meliodosian
maybe
script?
don't know like the
You recognize Meliodosian writing? That's unusual
also
in this day
already
and age.
something
Oh, it's not that big of a deal, really.
just in book 2
When I grow up,
yeah
I
yeah so
want to be an adventurer
so they
who
also like the
travels the
not
world
very
and
like
explores lots of ruins.
at the
So to
simple
make
age
sure I'm
so
ready for anything, I've been studying ancient history, starting with the era of darkness.
The era of darkness? You're referring to the dark period, right?
Right. Almost no written records from the age have survived. But if you compare the history before and after, you can tell something major must have happened.
Wow, that's fascinating.
I know!
Look at those two, all worked up over an old book.
yeah so even
My
yeah
little
so
brother
this
was just like
like
that
the
too.
or yeah so
Mafi and our brother used
they
to.
also see very yeah so like the talkative
We received reports of suspicious persons in
yeah
the
so
area.
maybe
Have
especially
you
yeah
seen
so
anything?
Not good. They're on
and
to
the
us.
sharing
Quickly, hide in my house.
interest even yeah just all time with oh yeah so
Videl, have
Yeah,
you
and
seen
it-
anyone suspicious recently?
Sorry, sir. I've been absorbed in my book.
That's all right. Thanks. Look, I know it must be tough living alone with your mom.
yeah so
Just
so
remember,
there's
your
so-
father's
it's
a
coming.
praetor. He's out there fighting to protect us all. Keep your chin up for his sake at least, all
yeah,
right?
Uh-huh.
very nice.
Thanks for your help, Videl.
Videl, your father is an exorcist?
Yeah, he is. But don't worry, I won't say anything about you and your friends. I'm your friend too.
Really?
And to prove it, I'll let everyone in on a big secret. This book tells you how to make an Omega Elixir, an incredibly ancient and powerful medicine. If I'm reading it right, you need 5 ingredients in order to create the elixir. I've only translated one of them so far, but I'll tell you what it is.
That's really nice of you, Videl. But I don't have any way to repay you for this.
Oh, please, think nothing of it. I'd just like it if you came and talked with me again sometime.
Of course! What are friends for?
The Omega Elixir. That's an ancient medicine said to be able to cure any disease. But it was my understanding that no samples or recipes survived the Era of Darkness.
Meliodacian script was used prior to the Era of Darkness, so I guess it's possible that Videl's recipe might be legit.
He's just a kid. I don't know how much we can trust his translation.
You saw his notes. I doubt many adults could even get anything out of that book. He might be onto something.
Kids are more capable than we give them credit for, especially where their interests lie.
I think we can trust Videl.
Laffy used to read books intently like that too.
Furthermore, couldn't a hypothetical Omega Elixir be quite useful to you, Velvet?
Laffy-set, you look like you really want to track down those ingredients.
Yeah, I do.
Personally, I don't really care. But if you want to look for them, I won't stop you.
Okay.
Yeah, so that the after like the finding Peter and she also need to when whenever he's back to the Olavis and ancient. So we also so heading back to faster. We need later we just now in very cute. Yeah, so we've also probably we need going back to the so then yes. Also like even is like a so it's also very like a main so anyway just going back to yes. So also leaving the city is also back to the so like port so just coming yes can go or even just or like some people so this time I mean it's like even it's like a triple for you, so it's just like a stacking together. Yeah, so also heading back to the point, so it's just like a, or even it's people.
This big storm came and swept me out to a Class 4 island, and let me tell you, it's as bad as the rumors make it sound. I wanted to just wait it out in a shipyard somewhere, but then the water turned all gooey. Then I had these jellyfish things coming onto the deck, and before I knew it, slugs were swimming around in the damn ocean.
Wouldn't the salt in seawater mess up a slug?
Yeah, that's what I thought too, but these weren't no sea slugs neither. It was scary, I'll tell you that much. You want my advice? Stay the hell away from that island altogether. But if you do go, watch out for that gooey stuff.
What did that pirate mean by Class 4? I've never heard of that.
It's a classification the Abbey uses to help inform their strategy, an estimation of how well they've been able to manage the demon outbreak in an area. Administrative Zone Classes 1 through 3 have been assigned a suitable contingent of exorcists to guarantee the population's safety.
So, Class 4 administrative zones are ones that are still unsafe?
In a perfect world, the entire kingdom would be protected, but there's just not enough manpower to go around. The Abbey doesn't send exorcists to remote areas and far-off islands. Instead, they avoid casualties by making those areas off-limits.
But that pirate mentioned he'd come close to an island. Are those policies actually enforced?
They send out an official notice to stay away, and that's all. It's not like they could blockade every tiny remote island out there. So you're free to dive into the deep end if you want, but no one will come to your rescue. Hope you know how to swim.
If they could keep the demons in check, they wouldn't have to tell people to stay clear. Frankly, I think the Abbey just doesn't want to go near places like that.
In other words, these are dangerous places that the Abbey has washed their hands of.
Makes you wonder how much they can administrate these places when they're not willing to get their hands dirty.
Are there many Class 4 administrative zones?
I've heard of 10 such regions in my time working as an inspector for the Abbey, but I'm afraid I couldn't tell you their exact locations or their current status.
If the Abbey abandoned this island, it's probably safe to assume that it's getting to be pretty dangerous.
If we go there, we're gonna want to be prepared.
As if now we can cast payment, please. Yes, so maybe that is yes. Also that the yes, so that the payment dangerous one. Also the some like the nice and go inside.
Demons! There's more of them! A whole band of them rampaging through Warg Forest!
There was already one dangerous demon in those woods, and now we have more! And they're
Oh,
still on the loose! A lot of exorcists have come to deal with them, but...
What do these demons look like?
That's what I want to know. Those Abbey people won't tell us nothing. Every time a demon comes around, it's all, show us your cargo this, and don't leave port for a while that. How are we supposed to catch any fish?
These demons really are a pain in the neck. If I was an exorcist, I'd lay down some justice, I tell ya. At the end of the day, it's not the demons or the exorcists that have it rough. It's us normal folk.
Anyway, you guys should be careful. There are demons about.
Thanks for the warning.
So nơi ta nói more about it. So it's like something. No. Oh yes, so yeah, so anyway, yes, so just going down, yes, so
You're all right.
also that the very
Sorry to worry you.
Right, yes, sir.
And the captain?
It turned out to be a fake.
Very or very.
But now I know the real one's still alive somewhere.
Well, of course he is.
Not that he has a lot of time left.
What do you mean?
Calm down. I'll explain later.
Aizen! You stay calm too, okay?
And you've all taken your Salatoma?
Yes, sir.
And nobody died?
All still kicking.
Compared to your curse, sir, this sickness was tiny potatoes.
All right. Then let's get ready to sail out.
Already done, sir. We're ready whenever.
The Pirate's Creed, huh?
There's worse out there.
Even yes. That it having thing and even yes, so with the battle power and driving even now we can also okay once again yes, so also like the asking for like so with private and because maybe even with yes, so that it so that's not how we let it so they haven't have yet even yet we can not count it yeah, for the that so yeah, so that gives somewhat the private maybe even with like the for yeah, so also like yeah, so back to the other one yeah, so yeah, so we can go have a look and see how so hopefully yeah, so also that the very
It's too bad that
That's
wasn't
her
the real Ifreed. But I'm glad everyone on the ship is feeling better.
Yeah. Though it sounds like they never want to touch that Salatoma stuff ever again.
What about Eleanor?
She took it too, and her face went all wow.
I don't mean how she looked. I mean how she actually feels.
Oh, well, she looks like she feels better too.
Good.
You're worried about her, aren't you, Velvet?
No, it's nothing like that.
Let me tell you something, kiddo. When young maidens ripen, they have trouble expressing their feelings.
So Velvet's ripen?
Magilu! Quit giving Laphicet confusing thoughts.
No trouble expressing those feelings, I see.
The Abbey is supposed to exist to bring peace and order to the world. Everything the Abbey does, everything Lord Melchior and Shepherd Artorius do, it ought to be rooted in that mission. And yet, something just doesn't feel right here.
You are dismissed. That knowledge is not for you.
Something wrong? Whoa! Easy there. Just asking.
Sorry. I was just deep in thought. Is there something you need from me?
Nah. Just heard a bunch of sighs and wondered if you were feeling sick or anything.
No, I drank my Salatoma juice.
Ah. Tasted like crap, didn't it?
It wasn't that bad.
Hey.
What?
Are you afraid of demons?
No, I am not. It's more like I despise them. 10 years ago, a group of them attacked my village. They destroyed everything. And everyone.
Including your family?
Yes. The only family I had at that point was my mother. And in all the chaos, all I have left of her is this hand mirror she gave me. I didn't want anyone else to have to feel the way I did. And so I became an exorcist in order to destroy demons. So you can keep your pity.
Gotcha. I will then.
Yes, even also with Cantonese. Yes, also just like standing alone. Yes, so because probably yes, like some also like only and so because there are some screen.
What is
happy.
that?
Yeah, so
That's called a pangyon, a type of bird native to this area.
yeah, so it just was it look like a penguin.
Pangyon.
Their meat is succulent and tender, and makes a lovely stew.
Yeah, so even it's just like a very
Wow,
colorful
what's it taste like?
You'd eat that poor thing? Savage.
You're one to talk, demon.
So, or even just when asking whether it's
It was one of my mother's specialties.
here maybe. Yeah, so,
All right, enough of the chit-chat.
yeah, so eat the animal.
Magilu, what's this
And also
grimoire
certain
friend of yours like?
Well, how do I put it?
The screen with story, yes, and
Oh. You know, like that.
Like what?
Well, to put it in a way those of meager imagination can understand, Grimm's got a sort of listless, aristocratic air about her. A noblewoman in her twilight, you could say.
Huh. So you mean like a woman, but different from Velvet and Eleanor.
You're not wrong there. Tell you what, just keep an eye out for a grown woman.
Grown woman. Okay, I got it.
Well, since we got her name, we could start by asking around.
Exactly. Now you're talking. What's up, kiddo?
Magilu, you're a grown woman yourself. So why is it you have trouble clearly expressing your real feelings?
Good question. Put simply, a long time ago, mine broke. Bagow! Chapoom! Bye-bye!
Your feelings broke?
Come on. Let's question the townsfolk.
So finally, yes, we're heading to. Let's also know about. Yes, with Magilo, yes, also with like the history. I think maybe even we need. So also with like the time we can. Knowing more about what each one is. So with Berseria maybe. So like the Magilo and yes, so like the very like the. Yeah, so also like very like a little bit like the so sometimes yeah she I think yeah a little bit like the but yeah so but also it seems also with the maybe it seems even or we just like the jump but yeah so also like the one like the awesome or maybe or even maybe just seem that but yeah so or any maybe we just win upper one yeah so and that have it some way yeah so also good the mysterious grimoire oh yeah so direction yes like yeah so is this one also very like a nice one yeah so when come yeah so even it's like a more yeah like the yeah well organized and sort of like a very yeah so like a down and just all like yeah so also like near to the or even we just was like a shipment yeah so we can also have a
It's become common practice to use Southgate lumber for shipbuilding, but there's a reason. Our trees really are the best for it.
Natant trees only grow in Southgand. Their wood is light, tough, and doesn't rot. Perfect for shipbuilding.
You know your stuff. Long ago, before people knew how to build seafaring vessels, Midgand and Southgand were separate countries. Then our ancestors fashioned rafts out of Natant logs and floated all the way to Midgand. A Midgand craftsman, amazed to see a humble raft cross the open sea, returned with our ancestors here to Southgand.
He had used the Natant logs to build a large, sturdy ship.
Thanks to him, commerce took off between Midgand and Southgand, and the Age of Exploration began. The excitement of a new age had everyone floating on air, but within mere decades, Midgand declared war on Southgand.
Ironically enough,
The fighting continued for a long time, but in the end, Midgand emerged the victor. Our islands were occupied. As hard as things were, our ancestors still like to joke about it. They'd say, Age of Exploration, more like Age of Exploitation.
when things were that bad, they could still joke about it?
Southganders have always been a cheerful bunch. We tend to look for the silver lining in every cloud. It may not seem like it these days, but Southgand used to be a place where the laughter would never cease. Some people even used to call it Shenanigand.
Shenanigand. This must have been a really fun place.
yeah so also like the noise yeah so like the somewhat decent more about with the like this island yes maybe we need to that or going by yeah so or even the same people yeah so also just had there's some working with the however yeah the style yeah, so going back yeah, so just like heading to the yeah, so oh yeah that's fine yes yeah, so also the another one yes yeah, so whatever maybe
Take a look at this.
yeah, so even or like almost yeah, just like
I knew this would be
yeah,
big.
so also like
What
even
a treasure!
the Imperial upgrade yeah, like the artifact and from the Norman Island yeah, so we also instruct some side quests and go to have like a new skill or talent. Yeah, so I get you.
Scout ship set.
Yeah, so we also will come in like the new island yeah, so exploring. Just like yeah, so I think yeah, so just like it. Just going inside.
Still no leads on that grimoire lady.
Mogulo, when did you get that letter from her you mentioned?
Hard to say. It must have been last year? A decade ago?
Take this seriously, or I'll feed you to the sharks.
Oh, what? I think I'd at least rate a kraken.
Keep this up and I swear I'll eat... It's them!
The final preparations are complete. Once you've assumed your new post, everyone will act on your command.
Even yeah, there's
Thank you,
an
sister.
Oscar this
To be
island.
honest, I worry
Yeah,
that
so
the
also they
shoes
just
I'm
let it
filling might just be a bit
good.
too big for me.
You need not
In-
worry. You possess a special strength and quality that others lack. Shepherd Artorias has high hopes for your deployment to Palamedes. Fear not. Just be yourself and you'll do fine. Believe you're a leader, and you
Wait,
will be.
oh yeah, so like it.
Yes.
Oh,
Try to make
oh
you
hey,
proud,
I do
sister.
Bible officer. Yeah, so welcome to the channel.
Palamedes?
Yeah, so also
Is
yeah,
that the
when
name of a facility on this island?
whatever you seen.
I had better get going.
Yeah, so
Safe travels.
yeah, so
Oh,
I
one
just
more
yeah,
thing.
see like
Be
in
careful around the demon
yeah,
in
like the
Haria. It's stronger than it looks.
so also like
We've even
didn't
had some
or even
casualties.
Understood.
there's yeah, so
Also, if you must drink the water, remember to boil it.
Sister,
also or even like
I know,
or just
I'm
also like
worried too much.
that yeah, so
But I just
oh
can't
yeah, so
help
just or
myself.
like sporting with like yeah, playing with this game yeah. Yeah, so also like a very yeah, like a
So there's a
yeah,
demon
like
in
nice game yeah,
Haria.
so
Sounds like it's a pretty feisty one, too.
If so, it may prove useful.
Still, what magical timing for Oscar to show up here at the very same hour we do.
I understand your suspicion of me, but have you any proof?
None, it's true. But as an exorcist, you're certainly sympathetic to the Abbey's cause.
And soon you may wish we were sympathetic.
Eleanor hasn't been snitching on us. I'm sure of it.
And how would you know? Are you watching her even when she's taking a bath?
Huh? No, I don't. I always stay outside when she's taking a bath. And
Then isn't it possible she's communicating with the Abbey in secret while you're not there?
or even it's just a thing yeah, so yeah, so even
You
also
pledge to obey me until the day you die,
the
correct?
big
Yes,
officer and
that I
animal.
did.
So it's just also some yeah, so even also maybe like a
Remember, when you two
Don't
trade
be-
blows,
I
only
didn't know.
the Abbey wins.
One less demon, and one less traitor for them to worry about.
While we're standing around here arguing, that demon could be attacking Grimoire.
It's true. Let's find some more people to question around town.
Yeah, so every time, yeah, so they just let it simply and not unknown, yeah, so yeah, so maybe yeah, so also maybe somehow maybe like maybe any or let me is either or I mean or even yeah just I'll forget to open with the comment box, yeah, so as well so didn't show, yeah, so yeah, so just also or now I just I'll open, yeah, so yeah, so sometimes so like the just forget and also now yeah, so yeah, so get, yes, so just also finding that so even also yeah this can, yes, yeah, the tail series is also like yeah, so also like very famous, yeah, so but also maybe some yeah, also like sometimes, yeah, so also like yeah, like another series also like yeah, so in yeah, so yeah, so also with like another or like the story, yes, why maybe just think looking with story for
So
just
what's
like
it really like?
Huh?
The connection between Moloch and Vessel. Do you share, like, thoughts and feelings?
Sort of. When I'm dwelling inside Eleanor, I can see what she sees and hear what she hears. But I can't read her thoughts or her emotions. Sitting in a box doesn't teach you how the box feels.
I see. In that case, I want to give her as little time alone as possible.
I don't want to bathe with her, alright?
I know. You're a boy and all. For her baths, we can send Bienfu. No, that's a bad idea. It'll have to be
even
Marshmallow
yeah, so they also talk
or
about like that. Yeah, so they keep it like this
What
interest.
sort of boundaries have you and Eleanor drawn?
Yeah, so also
How do you sleep?
We talk
Yeah,
before
so-
bed sometimes.
So even yeah,
It's
so
not like I'm
little
sleeping
boy
by her
in
side or anything.
so in
It's
and
easier
no,
for
yeah,
me to tell when she wakes up if I'm dwelling
yeah,
inside
so also
her.
probably yeah, so like
Does
that
she ever get
can
out
be
of bed at night?
Not in my
as
experience.
suspicious.
And she sleeps so
Yeah, so even it's just
peacefully.
like before and yeah,
When she's around
yeah, so
you
like
guys,
Akiro asked
she
in
always
and
looks so
good.
stern. But when she's
I mean,
sleeping, her expression is
so like something yeah, like
softer,
very
you
strange.
could say. She lets her hair down too. And I think it's kind of
So also
prettier
we
that
can
way.
really yeah, learn like more like
So that's what he likes.
about like the relationship
Well,
between
keep an eye on
different
her,
characters.
But?
Watch out for the older girls.
Huh?
Yeah, so yeah, so even or like the older sister, yeah, so yeah, so also, yeah, so and is just also craving and yeah, so very hot. Yeah, so also like the why maybe we just not one more, so
Teresa and Oscar sure seem close.
I've known them since I was an initiate, but I've never seen them quarrel, not even once.
yeah, so this
Did
time
you ever fight with your brother, Velvet?
yeah, so it's talk about
Yeah, I guess
the
I did.
Teresa and Oscar.
Sometimes I'd chew him out, and he'd sulk and
There was
stop
always like
talking to me, but I found that adorable too.
Yeah, so even maybe this game is also like the maybe
No matter
even
how much he
yeah, so it doesn't
insults
like the
or tried to talk
bring
like
like
he
the
was in charge. After a
yeah,
while,
like the
he'd be
expect, yeah,
right
so
there trailing
so even
along
also like
behind
the
me.
more like
Like
the
a little puppy dog.
yeah, like the
Puppies are a lot more obedient.
yeah, so in different
I always had to keep an eye on him.
characters.
Little brothers
Yeah,
are
so even
odd
also like the
creatures.
yeah, so also we
Rokuro's a little brother.
find it, yeah, so like
Is he adorable
funny, yeah, so
too?
to hearing, yeah, so
I don't
they
think a little brother who's out to kill you
yeah,
is
so
in
when
any
they
way
talk about like
adorable.
But Shiga
yeah,
and I
this
seemed like
topic,
he was having fun.
Sometimes you just don't make sense.
yeah, so even also yeah, we can like
I don't know.
really yeah, so like some like the YouTube
Little brothers.
yeah, the
Do you have
person.
any siblings?
Yeah, so also
I'm an only child.
Well, then that's perfect. You pretend
Yeah.
the boy is your little brother.
yeah, so making some action, yeah, there's
That's a bit extreme, but actually, when I'm talking with Lavi said, sometimes I think, This is what having a brother must feel like.
Sorry, yeah.
I could be Eleanor's brother.
Don't
Yeah,
take
so-
any of this nonsense seriously,
Yeah,
Luffy
so even
said.
yeah, Navi just
Molecule
want
are
to
just tools to
be
exorcists.
up.
She
Yeah,
can
I
never
know.
think of you as her brother.
Yeah, so maybe we search like
Yeah.
yeah, so at
You're
the
wrong. I've changed how I view
at the
Malakim.
shipping yeah,
I know
yeah, so
that's
this
true
time yeah, so also
because
like
I
the
can think of him as a brother.
yeah, like the
Right.
anime yeah, so
She's
also
all
like very
talk. Don't believe her.
like coming to
Seems to me like you're the one who's
yeah,
treating
so
him
also
as a
it's just
kid
like
by forcing your own
bit
opinions
like
upon him.
yeah, pairing like yeah, with some character yeah, so that they
Two
would
sisters struggling for the affections of their
yeah, so
brother.
maybe he yeah, so
Teeny teeny candlestick. Which one
yeah,
will
so
the
maybe
mother
also
pick?
yeah, Barbara and
How about an older
yeah, so
brother
like,
instead?
I didn't know yeah, so so maybe also it's just like some like example yeah, so maybe yeah, we cannot bring later yeah, so also like talking with some interesting yeah, so yeah, so the relationship also can be yeah, so also like the topic yeah, so anyway yeah, so it's also about the yes, also need
Hey,
talk
this
about
doll? It looks like Bienfu.
Ah, a keen eye you have, young man.
yeah, so
That is a doll of the
souvenir shop.
Empyrean Aminoch.
Yeah, so we also like selling
Empyrean
some
Aminoch?
souvenir
Yep,
in this
no doubt about it.
case.
I've seen her with my own eyes. Real dignified, but not without a bit of a temper.
You saw her? Why was she angry?
Well, the Abbeys banned any profession of the Aminochian faith in Southgand, despite her popularity. Gotta assume that's what got her all bent out of shape. I tried talking to her, but no matter what I said, she was just like, oh.
Wait, that sounds like... And that low energy goddess you saw? The doll you've got here looks like her?
Yeah, more or less.
Ha! Fortune smiles upon thee, weary adventurers. That listless goddess is none other than Grim.
Grimoire isn't human?
When did I ever say she was? So, shopkeep, where'd you see her?
I think it was down by McClear Beach.
Pensively watching the tide come in? That's her, all right. Quickly, to the beach!
Yeah, so
Why didn't
so
you
finally
mention
yeah, we just
Grimoire as a Moloch before now?
You can't be too careful with that information. Spies, spies listening everywhere!
heading to the finding with boyfriend. I think XP so like the yeah, so also some like animation but having yeah, like going just going down and even we just all leaving the display yes. Yeah, so also oh yeah, we just all simply leave it yes. So also or like there are too many items. Also now we just going
Beautiful waters. So this is Mockler Beach.
I hope she's actually
Yes, sir.
here.
nice page. Yeah, we just need maybe just sim. Yeah, so also like that many you can so yeah, so you can also like, yeah, treat it like the yeah, like the
This
yeah, somewhat
Grimoire
like the
we're searching for is a Moloch like
so yes, so
Bienfu, right?
you can also
To be
anything
honest,
yes.
I don't see how someone
you-
so different can be a Moloch just the same as Laphis or Aizen.
I understand your doubts. It's quite the tangly mess.
I'll tell you anything!
In that case, I've been wondering, what's underneath your hat?
Oh no! Anything but that!
So, we've hit a wall already.
But that ribbon flaps around and gets in the way, right? Could I take it off for you?
No! No! That's not possible! You mustn't remove the ribbon!
Why not?
That's another thing I can't say!
It's all cants with you. Alright, is there anything you can tell me?
I could talk about what type of Malakim we are, or our position in the world of Malakim, or our abilities.
Oh, I'd like to know all that.
Then I will tell you. Listen closely. We Norman are a well-established race of Malakim. Compared to other Malakim, we aren't as adept at manipulating natural forces, but we excel at drawing out and heightening the abilities of others.
Think of them as a convenient power-up.
They're also known as common spirits.
Don't even say that! We Norman hate being called that.
Why is it so painful for you?
Because it makes people think we're average and unremarkable. That's why we work so hard to show how we're all different.
That does explain your quirky speaking mannerisms.
Don't sweat it. That's a perfectly common thing to worry about.
Don't say that!
Yeah, so even so like the painful. Yeah, so even also yeah, so you also seen the hate like the common spirit.
What are those penguins doing?
Probably keeping their eggs warm?
Most likely. They look
Yeah,
like
another
a moment
even
of
with
hunger.
like the
Penguins are monogamous, faithful creatures. They
yeah,
never
so here
leave
yeah,
their
so it's
mates.
just all like the
Isn't that
corn, yeah,
romantic?
So they lay eggs because they're like husband and wife.
very like the
But
castle picture.
how do they make
Also
the
like
eggs?
funny in I think.
That's... well...
So, Laffy said, here's an interesting fact. A single penguin egg actually contains dozens of smaller orange eggs.
Oh, so their eggs must be small and crunchy.
Yep. They have the texture of caviar and the rich flavor of sea urchins.
Interesting. So they're more like fish than birds.
So you've eaten them. How cruel. Look how much they care about their young.
While it may be a bit cruel, they taste amazing. They're considered a delicacy in some circles. Top a bowl of rice with these crunchy eggs and some rich penguin thigh meat, and you get a dish called family fricassee.
That's a horrific name.
I wasn't the one who named it, okay?
Those eggs look tasty, but I think I'll pass.
Yeah, so we talk about it. Yeah, so even also maybe angry just or yeah, take it as seafood. Yeah, so but even yeah, so so why yeah, so we shouldn't yeah, so also they maybe like the yeah, so people will just all like that. So that I think just fine. So with the star, yes, they also like the same
Is that...
for people present that day.
Grimoire?
Even just I even think the interesting yeah, so, yeah, so also it's yeah, actually not a like a human person. Yeah, so more like a just like being food person.
A dragon?
No, just a big lizard.
Yeah, or even yeah, just all the to the yeah, also like a green. Or even maybe when like the from the bài yeah, so yeah, so also look like the very like the nice yeah, so like the yeah, so or even a very good things that we just yeah, so only like the single one yeah, so anyway maybe just simply like the dealing with big one. Or even we just all like the green. Or even maybe just stealing like the from the bài yeah, so they also maybe good friend. Or maybe the trying to hit your person. Like they're making damage by him. Anyway, yeah, so we just need to or maybe just trying it so with like the timing and we need to like, the people being making damage. Yeah, so using Marshmallow, yeah, so with like a loan, yeah, like a pay her. Or even maybe just simply like dealing with from the back. Yeah, so also like a person. Anyway, yeah, so just bring like another one, yeah, so like the one. Or even you see maybe like every time. And also like I don't know again. or even it seems like every time that you like facing you, yeah, so that every yeah, so by anyway, yeah, so just going like somewhere, yeah, so or even it's 3 per second, or even yeah, so dealing with alpha rate also very yeah, so also like, even yeah, we just all like the ultimate skill with Marshmallow, yeah, so like a very long one. Anyway, yeah, so that's all. Average just all win back, yeah. Or even it's just all and also making anyway stepping back. Yeah, so they also like a win. Yeah, so like they also win one by one and just win like a I think. So also with like taking more time, but so also with like so manage to the monster like look like the or even it's just or even space. Yeah, so also very angry. Yeah, so we also like the change the also to yeah, so very like yeah, so before like the monster is just going like so having like the ultimate but maybe not risk like maybe also we just like the living so also just going like the back with ever and yeah, so also just going like the one by one. Oh yeah, so just yeah, so also with like the after and like also just point time or just bring to the feeling. Yeah, so also with now yeah with now this time so it also like a very like a nice one. Yeah, so any also like a no to like a yeah like a bring with the yeah, so they also like a automatically and maybe I see or very possible or even just or like a going with it yeah so with power and just going or even just going maybe or just yeah so also like the power is just or like I win like the one or even yeah so it's also like a feeling with like a with like a one power or by anyway yeah so also with like a feeling yeah so like a HP yeah so also using her like the monster hand yeah so to trying to like dealing with the monster yeah so even yeah we just yeah so also like the paper and hit or even or this time we can bring with yeah so with or calculate yeah so or even yeah so very just or like the yeah like the not yeah so I can or even yeah it, yeah so you can also any you have very yeah so we also dash how you make
but I am the victor.
So also change with different letter and yeah so as a like the substitute so like the same like the main for and also the substitute. I think many will find out just spending for hour or even just like the 5 minutes to like the not deal with the decent monster. Also with the rest so classy any with like advantage a morpher There's also like a there's a bottom element that's also damage over time and also with for some HP count with so they also can need for some kill. Water resistance can but also will do other defense. So even 4 times. That's also like the when haven't only available nếu này giờ pull out at first hit at hit rate là the canic better a và giảm so very HP by cao on however yes then add some research want to keep her with like the battle and with her attack also with like the answer her attack is a spear fire elemental attack while her martial attack are effective to win the mana attack cover medium range to share triple the attack so also like the only like the first two then when to also for her so can absorb HP. That's also with like the just seeing with like the so sometimes we like the without like the using some like the apple giant going with the anyway just defeat the monster.
So she's the same sort of
Finding the
Mog as
patient.
Bienfu?
You're Grimoire, right? We've been looking for you. We need your help. Who are you? I'm Velvet.
Very
I know your
interesting,
witch
yes.
friend.
That's even with on.
Grim,
That's all that it doesn't expect that it human but yes.
Ah,
Like being for you.
Still as outlandish a pair as ever, I see.
So maybe that's all that.
How
Yeah,
exactly
look
do
like
you know her?
Yeah, so cool like
Witch
that.
training?
Fishing.
She was an upperclassman.
By marking the
And?
We found this fascinating ancient tome, and we were hoping you could read it for us.
Goodness, Magilu. You of all people joining a team? I didn't know you had it in you.
That keep me entertained.
Well, I don't need entertainment.
Bien! Come on, Grim! Isn't there any way you can help us?
It's not the kind of thing I do.
Oh, what a shame. Things happen. Well, we tried, didn't we?
Maybe you need some incentivizing. Do it. I'm serious. I bet you are. Your eyes tell me you're dangerous. Trouble follows you like a hawk tails a rabbit. And at my age, trouble is something I'd rather avoid.
How old are you?
Ask me again and you'll get a firework in the tush.
My apologies.
It appears we've wasted our time.
A walk on the beach is never wasted, but sorry.
Well, how did you learn to read the ancient tongue? Are there books for studying it or something?
My. Are you actually thinking of learning it on your own?
Well, I love reading, and I want to learn more about history. Besides, we need what's in this book.
You have passion, child, I'll give you that.
Not to mention you want to be helpful to Velvet, don't you, kid?
Yeah.
My tuition isn't cheap, you know.
You will teach me?
No, I won't. But I admire your dedication enough to read it for you. Now where's this book?
Here it is, ma'am.
You needn't be so formal.
Oh, yes, ma'am. Not ma'am. Right.
Let's see what we're looking at here. The language of ancient Averost. Had to be the hard one, of course. A lot of wear and tear, too. This'll take some time. We're in a hurry.
That may well be, but this isn't the place for study. Let's move to someplace more comfortable.
You've redeemed yourself, young man. There's a village called Haria just a little ways away.
That works. Thank you.
Fine. Haria Village. Whatever gets the job done.
Yeah, so that's all even there.
Isn't that the
Now we
village
just
with that demon that Oscar and Teresa were talking about?
I think it might be. We should
also
remain on...
the another of the expectation. Yeah, so I think
Take a
or
look
even
at
we
this.
just maybe like a
Great. Let's do this one.
even or like a yeah we we can
Scout ship setting
one
sail.
need maybe yeah
Our guard.
just like a and then we just only into the deceive that's play so I think yeah, so also like I think yeah, so I think maybe just or even we wouldn't like it yeah, like near the passing the yeah, so
That's Haria Village.
To the inn, one and all!
yeah, so or even maybe we just like it yeah, so enter and not with the story first.
I apologize if I'm being rude, but I have to ask. You're not Amanoch the Empyrean, are you?
Of course I'm not. What would even make you ask such a thing?
A shop in Isolt was selling Amanoch figurines that looked just like you.
Oh, that. I distinctly remember whispering to the shopkeeper in his sleep, telling him not to sell those things.
You showing up in his dreams probably only convinced him you were the real deal. You should sue for his use of your likeness and get proper compensation from that shopkeeper.
Forget it. It's no concern.
Yeah, you're right. It's not like they'd ever sell anyway.
Oh, you think a figurine of mine wouldn't sell?
You got this whole somber, all-we thing going on. A figurine needs to be cute, like me.
Then how about I turn you into a product?
Me? Really?
Oh yes. I'll have you stuffed and mounted. But since it'd be a unique piece, I'd have to price it a bit higher.
Mounted? No, no, count me out!
Oh, you're no fun. Now, what was it we were talking about?
Whether or not you are the Empyrean Amanoch.
Ah, yes, that's right. I'm no Empyrean. I'm just a simple girl. It would be hard for anyone to worship an Empyrean like me, right?
That's true. I mean, it just seems like you're the type who can see through anything, so perhaps an Empyrean seems less intimidating from a certain point of view.
You're saying I'm scarier than an Empyrean?
Not scarier exactly, just more of a savvy sort of woman.
That's not a bad answer, but it won't get you out of the doghouse.
They also that yeah some story yeah so knowing yeah so dream more yeah so little creature yeah so we also look like the little cat person. Even yeah we just seem like the yeah like the two game yeah also like yeah just like the yeah like the or yes that's like the or forget yeah so like the yeah so also maybe position yeah that's all like or I think yeah so just going some way. I maybe here or like that. Yeah, somewhere. Just have it or even maybe just all. Yeah, so inside, so okay.
From what we heard in the Salt, demons are attacking villages, and more people are growing upset with the Abbey. So I hadn't expected things in Haria village to be so laid back.
They might be on their best behavior because you're accompanied by an exorcist.
Huh. I didn't know you could see the world in more than just black and white.
The Abbey wouldn't entrust my responsibilities to someone who couldn't see beyond the surface. I have seen many things in my work. I've beheld both the light and the darkness in the world of men. Despite that, no, because of that, I won't turn away from the wrongs that I encounter. Moreover, I have faith. I believe there is good in all our souls.
The darkness, huh?
Yes, like you.
You're awfully direct.
It sounds so like it. Yeah, so and then not in right, yeah, so really, yeah, we just also I think finding the right position.
We
Yes.
could use a place to stay. Any rooms open?
Yep. Just finished cleaning, in fact. You can help yourself to that room there.
All right, time to start deciphering this
Or
scroll.
even very soon.
Let's wait somewhere outside so Grim can concentrate.
Do you think maybe I could stay and watch? I really do want to study the ancient tongue. I promise I'll be quiet and not get in your way, teacher.
They also just
What did you just say, child?
That I'd be quiet and...
like the looking
No, what
very
did you call me?
like the
Teacher? You said you didn't want to be
program,
called
yeah, so
ma'am.
so also it's just like the maybe next time, yeah, so
Yes, satisfactory.
it's also yeah. That's also like
I'll
as we
teach you
said,
how
yeah,
to
so
read ancient
and to
Avarost.
according
Thank you
that's
so
my
much, teacher.
We'll leave
yeah,
you
so
to
also
it
maybe
then.
yeah really
Let us know if
very
anything comes
respectful
up.
to the new one, yes. So that also that's all. Or even need to this time or yes, people and yes. So maybe yeah, the same. I think it talking at the one by one. Need to like yes, so or even yeah, we just bring and then or maybe or even I just bring last one yeah. So maybe we just bring with local person.
So she digs being called teacher. Well played, Laphicet.
She wasn't so fond of ma'am, so I guess he figured he needed an alternative.
You can tell how badly he wanted to help her with the languagey work. I think our Malak boy's finally finding himself.
So it would seem.
Yeah. This one. Or even just like this. I think somewhere yeah, so yeah, so up to yeah upper one yeah. Or even yeah, so just like this yeah, going like the yeah, so yeah, so and also the
Banning local religions. The Abbey sure knows how to oppress the populace.
I'd imagine that comes part and parcel with spreading the good word. Other gods would only get in the way.
From what we overheard, it sounds like they've taken over Amenoch's temple, Palamedes, to use as their base of operations.
Sealing it off would be provocative enough, but straight up taking it over? Not a lot of so-called reason to that. Unless... Do you think they need it for some other purpose?
Shrug.
yeah, so also at the end of the yeah, so yeah, we just I think yeah, so even or yeah, just see like yeah, like the size going down. Yeah, so also like yeah, so also yeah, so like the finding just like the yeah, so like near to the yeah, so nice and yeah, so just like the sitting in the ground.
It sounds like deciphering the text might take some time.
We should be prepared to wait it out here a while. Hopefully it'll all be worth it in the end.
I hope so too. But ancient Avarost is complex. It's not just a matter of knowing the grammar and vocabulary.
Oh? Then how exactly do you read it?
I'm not sure about the specifics myself, but from what I understand, you kind of have to intuit a lot of it.
A language based on guesswork? Thanks, old dead people. You're officially the worst.
Yeah, so yeah, so even also yeah, like I said, like the last page, yeah, so yeah, so also yeah, so also like the really like the take time for deciphering, yeah, so with like the language. Yeah, so the final, yeah, with any
What connection do you think there is between the violent demon Teresa mentioned and this village?
Couldn't tell you.
Could there have been a demon blight breakout here? This village doesn't look like it's been attacked, but...
Whatever it is. If it keeps the Abbey's eyes off us for once, that's good enough for me.
You really will use anything and everything towards your own aims, won't you?
Yep, and that includes you. As I'm sure you've noticed.
Yeah, so finally, yeah, just or talking or the people, yeah, so agreeing to yeah, deciphering.
Oh, ancient
Yeah, so also like the end of it, like the
You have the obstinacy of a spurned lover who refuses to move on.
Even for you, teacher?
It's this one crucial line. I can't wrap my head around it.
Well, from what you've taught me so far, it looks like it says Sa, Popo, Mucho, Sanchon.
Correct, but if you merely translate it word for word, it ends up saying, the parent hates tomatoes, the child eggplants.
I doubt those have much to do with Innominat. Yeah.
Their grammar is nothing like ours. Sometimes you have to reorder the words, and even then the meaning can require leaps of logic and flashes of intuition.
Reordering? So like, San-san, Pocho Pocho, Pocho Musan, Pocho Musan. Can you read it that way?
Pocho Musan. Now where did you get that from?
These words are lined up, like they repeat. And when I read this part that same way, it just felt right.
Pocho Musan. If that's repeated here, then the passage turns into the Nameless Empyrean.
Empyrean!
Ho ho, that has to refer to Innominat. I think we're on to something. Alright, so if we apply this rule here, then... It would seem to be a book of children's counting songs.
It's not about Innominat?
What matters is what the song says, child. And I think you will be very interested in the words.
I wonder if they've made any progress yet.
Shall we go check on them?
or even yeah, so now we also need to add it back to the inn, yes. Yeah, so just or even yeah, so just next to the wood. Anyway, for them to win with the apple.
Well, any results?
Yes, well, thanks to the boy here. As it turns out, he has quite the knack for languages.
Only because I've got the best teacher.
Careful, honey tongue, you'll give this old girl ideas.
Huh?
Now, child, I'm sure they're curious about the song we unearthed. Why don't you read it aloud?
Yes, teacher.
Song?
8-headed is the lord of the land, with 7 mouths to devour malevolence. Through pulses of earth doth base nature's flow, as he awaits the time of awakening. 4 Empyreans may tear him asunder, but so long as there is one receptive to divine power, Therians shall be forever reborn, in sight of the full crimson moon. The nameless Empyrean hath one heart. The nameless Empyrean hath one body.
Therians? Essentially, this ancient text you found is an annotated volume of drawings and songs pertaining to Innominat. Annotated? Then hurry up and just tell us what it means.
I'm sorry. So far, we've only figured out how to read the song lyrics.
All right.
I take it we're still in for a good long wait before it's thoroughly decrypted.
Likely so, but if we want to find out what the Abbey is up to, we need to know what's in this book, no matter how long it takes.
What the Abbey's up to, is it? I think we can learn much, even from the lyrics alone. The drawings depict him with 8 heads. One of them belongs to his main body, but the other 7 are his mouths. Those mouths consume malevolence, sending it along Earth pulses back to that main body so he can awaken. The 7 monsters fitting that description are called
Therians.
Right. Now as for this malevolence, I have no idea what that means.
What about the second part?
I haven't studied much ancient history, but it said this world was created by 4 Empyreans: Earth, Water, Wind, and Fire. But they also call Innominat an Empyrean. Perhaps a war broke out between Innominat and the other Empyreans that resulted in him being sealed away.
But if there is someone to connect with this divine power, the Therians will keep spawning. And just like that, Innominat will be revived. If we assume that Shepherd Artorius fits that bill, and that he's trying to reawaken Innominat, everything lines up.
Which means our job is to find these Therians and cut off Innominat's heads, so to speak.
But where do we even start looking for them?
Remember, the song states that the Therians in Innominat's body are connected through Earth pulses. If their job is to feed Innominat, the most effective place to position them would be at the Earth pulse points.
Points?
The places where the power of Earth pulses is concentrated.
Places with that sigil. Hey, remember the barrier that was keeping this bug in the forest?
Wait, are you trying to say that thing's a Therian? And yet, it would explain why the Abbey was keeping it locked up.
And there was that same barrier at the villa, too.
That's right. Do you suppose that was also a Therian? Does that mean the Therians all come in different forms?
Should we go to Logres and check?
We've just started deciphering the book. I'd hate to lose time on some fool's errand. I'd rather know at least a little more about what's in it before we make a move.
Something bothering you, Grim?
This line. The one about Therians being forever reborn.
I just felt the same thing as I did in Warg Forest.
The needle's pointing in the direction of Amenoch's temple, Palamedes. Do I recall hearing that the Abbey took that over?
Temples and ritual sites are often built on places thought to be rich in spiritual energy. Could the temple possibly be an Earth Pulse point?
There's lots of Earth pulse points scattered all over the world. If there's only 7 Therians, most of them will be empty.
It's not like we have any better leads. If there's even a chance, shouldn't we go check it out?
better than sitting around waiting on the book. If nothing else, we'll find out what Laphicet is sensing. Just a theory, but if you were to kill a Therian... What? I guess there's only one way to find out. Never mind. Good luck out there.
Oh yeah, so yeah, so even yeah, so something yeah, with like the intermediate, yeah, so like the big yeah. Yeah, so maybe or yeah, so just maybe like the between. So anyway, maybe I think, or maybe yeah, we just stop. Yeah, so even also we just or like the watching with like a little bit long story. So also like the knowing about with the, yeah, so like the so like the people and even yeah, so so maybe also like the finding with like the with the people. Yeah, so maybe need to deep. Yeah, so also with like the or yeah, so she and the journey like improve. So also with like that. So like the after the even maybe that's all. So also maybe that's it. Yeah. Next time yeah we or even yeah we just or like going back to the chat. I think yeah so or even yeah so we just like the in the yeah so also with like the even yeah, and yeah so even also like the new like the every time yeah so anyway yeah so just or even we just like the and yeah we like the looking with some like the yeah like the some or even you say how can I going yeah going up to the yeah like the people yeah
Do you
just
plan on just giving up?
or even or yeah so
Is Amenochi's temple. The
thing
priestess
like the
isn't the
cool
only
and then
one whose job it is to
so
protect
here
that
some
temple.
people
It's the duty of everyone born in this village.
Why did the Abbey need Amenochi's temple badly enough to risk causing this much unrest?
But how will we protect our village from the demons if the Abbey abandons us? Besides, we won't be able to do business with the people of Assault anymore.
Our faith in Amenoch has nothing to do with the demons. When the priestess gets back, I'm going with her to protest.
The demon blight changed everything. Will we never be able to return to the way things were?
The way things were.
so at the end more yeah so at after and
Listen, I don't know what they told you in Isolt, but our village has its own traditions. This village is under the divine protection of the Empyrean Amenoch. For unbroken centuries, a line of his priestesses have guided us. They're tasked with performing the sacred rites of worship. And sometimes, they even deliver us his words and will.
And there's still a priestess today?
Of course. And her daughter is training to become our next priestess. Although, I sometimes feel they push themselves too hard. Both mother and daughter are giving their all for Haria, but the Abbey doesn't care about any of that. And they stole our temple from us.
By force?
An exorcist named Teresa came and heard us out. But from the very beginning, she always intended on taking our temple. Her words may have been kind, but that doesn't change the fact that she demanded that we worship her god, Enominat. In all the years we've worshipped Amenoch, not once did we ever try to force others to adopt our beliefs.
Why haven't I seen this priestess she's talking about?
yes so with like the person just coming yeah so and so even also like yeah like the talk also like trying to with like the some like the thing yeah so but yeah so even they find this yes or like the, yeah so even yeah, we just find some way so is not this. Rather be another it or like just maybe yeah, so I just make change it. The quan yeah, so just like even yeah, so quan yeah, so oh yeah, so yeah, the yeah, that yeah, so yeah, so yeah, so we just all find it or even or don't the just like the little guy just suddenly hiding behind the yeah, so it's just very interesting.
I can't deal with this anymore.
What's the matter?
Everyone's sick of all these fruit-flavored gels, right? So, I made gels using the giant cacao beans only found here on this island. It gave them a nice bitter chocolate taste. But people complained that they weren't avant-garde enough. Ugh, chocolate-flavored gels, how prosaic. Bah! This got me fuming. So I caught some maiden bonita fish you find around here, ground them up, and made some gels with them.
You put fish into chocolate gels?
Well, people do braise meat with chocolate. Chocolate and fish may go surprisingly well together.
Exactly! It was the discovery of a century. The bonito flakes crunchiness and the gel's gumminess made for an exquisitely bad combo, which made it interesting.
So if you made an innovative new type of gel, why are you so angry?
That's exactly my problem. I outdid myself. Now I need to make my Gels World debut as amazing as they are. So I thought up the ultimate plan.
And that is?
I'll put my Choconito gels in toilets all over the world. I'll call it the Great Choconito Toilet Gambit. No one will go to the bathroom without finding my gels. I think everyone will have a lot of fun. So, genius, right?
Yeah, it's weird, but I think it's funny too.
Right? I knew that kids would get it.
Who's a kid?
But all the adults in my village called it silly and lowbrow. They forbade me from selling my Choconito gels at all. Isn't that just horrible?
That's the most ridiculous thing I've ever heard.
Aw, man. Things used to be so much better. Mom would make me dinner, and all I had to do was goo 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 ga, and everyone would smile and praise me. I don't want to become the kind of grown-up who can't find any fun in looking for gels in toilets.
Yeah, so also we just or like knowing more about yeah, so we just yeah, making some like the food. Yeah, so also maybe even yeah, like the very not very like the string. Yeah, so even it's just like the, so like the mixing with like the chocolate and fish. Yeah, so and that's also like the trying to yeah, like the selling to other. Yeah, so yeah, we just learning more about. Yeah, so everything also we just all like copy. Yes, so and also yeah, so the next new page. Yeah, so also yeah, heading to the pandemic. So in Ireland, yes, finding for even mystery. Yes, so the trying to decipher yeah, with the book. Yeah, so yeah, so finding so at this like the even mystery, even maybe just like the yeah, battle, or even maybe just say just okay. I just also back to title screen. Yeah, so yeah, so back to statue. That's it. Yeah, so stay with the tales of Berseria. Yeah, so also enjoy. So, yeah, so yeah, so don't forget tonight subscribe and share. So also so tomorrow, yeah, so also yeah, going with shooting. So also like the what yeah, what opening with this game. Yeah, so also and next, yeah, so also maybe like thinking just mentioned, and so maybe also the next, yeah, so like the after, and so we're also going with the outfit, so like so we also like play this game before, so we also like have a sequence, yeah, so but also it's just so also like a good thing, yeah, so is that is so the how people, so we actually going with like the free, so we can also find it on, so also and like the free, but so also maybe like so also that so yes, they also with like the limit time, and so that's why also maybe thinking, so like so before like the last day, so just like have a time, and so even maybe we can like only win like country, but so also like have a so we can also try like how different with the original one, so so also probably would be like something like enhanced, so and so also with like the previous version, so also like just pay before, but actually maybe like so even we like kind of like already finished, but so actually still like some DLC that so we haven't going through, but I think we will just simply leave it later. Like sometime if with like the discount or like so really so we can bring back with our favorite game, so with different DLC. Anyway, I think so maybe so the day after swing over, and we also like going like sometime, so like with the Harvard paper 2, so like so we also like have a like day of the being like the working as a like house. Anyway, same thing to Gordon. So Gwyneth, thank you 5 Bible official, and also Gwyneth. Gwyneth to all audience welcome, but didn't comment join it. Also have a nice weekend. So have a Mina or night at the cine user. Also tells you the link can swing over. Also bye Hana. So when we go to the outro.